I would like to announce that I'm getting married today.
Who?
Jake, will you tell them who my husband is?
The Bionicle Arthur Greg Varsity is Austin's new man crush now.
Will you tell them why it's my man crush?
Because, well, I was going to save it for the review, but we're not going to do it first. Would you really like me to jump ahead now?
Yes.
Okay.
We already started too late.
Okay. The reason is because, unlike the MCU writers, Greg Varsity actually adheres to what a what if is.
So. Fair enough. I can't argue with that.
They hear that someone's writing what ifs and actually staying true to the premise that if I tell you the what if is what if this happened, you don't change 9,000 things before that to make it happen.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It
was like God
really,
sin.
It was literally, I was listening to. I was amazed. I was like, he changed the one thing, and because I just knew everything from the rest of the series, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that one thing would change that, and that, and that, and that. So
they call that a butterfly effect in my time. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not in Marvel's what if.
Couldn't believe because it's been so long since we had like a classic like what if, you know what I mean? Like just like a.
For example, Marvel's what if. Yeah. I'm gonna do the Nebula episode because people know it. It's what if Nebula joined the Nova Corps, and then like 19 different what ifs have to start that happen. Like the Guardians never forming, Peter staying on Earth, Gamora just never being mentioned. Like so much other stuff have to go. That have to happen for them to not be there to fight Ronin, and then the Nova Corps be there. That's just, like the way that happened, and then turn into Blade Runner of all things.
And also off screen mentioned that Ronin was able to beat Thanos. Like really?
It's like come on.
But in Bionicle, what if means we took an event that you know really well, and then just the alternate ending happened, and then we're just exploring that. That's all that matters.
I was in love, but you wouldn't believe what I saw.
No,
I read those words, and I looked outside and said, "God can hear me."
The gods have listened to my prayers.
But the other thing is, I hate Gambit and Morose.
Wow.
And so look, if you know anything about Gambit, if you know a lot about Gambit, you know the card thing is a bit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Everyone who knows.
It's a bit. He commits to it, but it's a bit. I want you to know that's all they did in the game with him. That's all he has.
But he doesn't even use his book staff?
He does a staff at like a weak like hit just to knock you back like two inches.
Okay.
But it's like his power is that he can charge stuff. He should have a charge ability for the cards and for the bow staff.
Mm-hmm.
His whole thing that he doesn't even have a team up where he charges like somebody.
Damn.
I thought they're gonna leave you like, oh, give him the Wolverine thing. We charge up Wolverine claws for an attack.
Something. Maybe he'll do that in the future, but since he is still relatively new, let's give him some time.
I only brought it up because they gave any other character kind of got their big star team up the moment they came in, and Gambit has one that's not that good. And since you didn't give him the charge ability, all he has is the cards where he can throw them. They do a little bit of damage. It's very weak. He can throw them and heal you for some reason because they just randomly make him a strategist, and that don't make sense for Gambit of all people.
Mm-hmm.
This would be the most charged DPS you can do.
Strategist, okay? Gambit being a strategist is not the weirdest thing, okay?
I know, but because he can charge stuff, he should have been
so basically what would
DPS.
improve Gambit's character is if he was able to charge things.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying as a character, because he's so weak as a healer, he doesn't heal that great. He's more attacking, kind of like Ultron. Well, Ultron is clearly a DPS character that they gave some heals to. Gambit kind of feels the same way.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing it's because they keep trying to make these hybrid characters, like how Reed was a character that can go into a tank mode and all this other stuff. And I get why. But it really felt like It really felt like the leaks were right when they confirmed that he was supposed to be a DPS, and they saw people complaining about having too many DPS, and then they last minute said, "Guess what? I guess he'll heal."
Wow.
But at least this confirms Rogue is probably going to be a Vanguard.
Mm-hmm. Well,
which is
probably for the best.
No one bats 1,000 after all, audience.
Yeah.
So,
So that's what people thought they were going to randomly make a strategist. Because I don't know, Cryptid knows, but a lot of people don't know. Her power doesn't have to touch you anymore. She can just do it in like a range like 10 meters. And they thought they were going to give her like a healing ability based on that or something. Or at least like she takes some help from you to heal her, and then it heals you back afterwards or something like that. But I don't know. After all the hype they did for Gambit, it did feel kind of disappointing as we started to play him.
oh.
Hey, but we might get Cyclops soon.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. If Gambit's strategist and Cyclops does come to game DPS, I guess that makes sense to you. Do one strategist, one DPS, one Vanguard.
And then I heard that Jubilee might be coming soon as well. So
they keep teasing Ghost Rider, Deadpool, and the other two, and it feels weird because they seem to only want to do like one person every a month and a half. So stop teasing so many people so early until they're ready to come out for you.
See, I'm just a simple man, audience. I just rely on my Punisher character with his guns and his turrets and all that stuff.
You saw they put Frankencastle in the battle pass?
Yeah,
I
why not?
I almost bought it just for that.
Why not? Why not, right? Thank you, Norman Osborn, for giving us Frankencastle. Wow.
Before we move on to the first topic.
Osborn for shit.
Before we move on to the first topic. Oh, that's true. That Norman did not deserve anyone things. But before we move on to this first topic, I want you to know the first comment on all the Frankencastle videos was they should have made the black skin, and I thought that was crazy. People don't know. Marvel had a mandate where they had to change Frankencastle to a black man. It was a mandatory mandate that whoever ran Punch at the time had to do that.
Also, Austin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Austin, I posted more Soma stuff yesterday.
I'll be finding after this.
I posted
Austin
3 or 4 videos. I posted like 4 videos yesterday.
Yeah. Austin, Punisher just came back from being canceled, and you want him to do something that will get him back into that pit again? Come on, dude.
I just thought it was crazy that so many people just straight up like, yeah, just make him black. One got enough black people in the game. Frank can be a black man.
That's exactly why they created the Punisher UK. Just bring in Nigel, whatever. I think that's his name.
People were saying we get race changes all the time. Why y'all mad now? Just make him
oh man!
And I was like, I can't even be mad at this. It did happen.
Funny you should bring that up, man, because I was walking by my one of my collector stores and I found that exact issue of Lois Lane being a black woman being sold for $40.
That's actually something I'm surprised they have not done fully in the anime thing yet.
Yeah.
I was way more surprised we had got Tomboy Lois Lane before Black Lois Lane animated.
Oh man, that would have been too on the nose. That would have been too on the nose, man. So yeah.
All right, we can start.
Okay, so anyway, all right. Let me get us started. Welcome, Compact Live, the news and reviews of the week, audience. You're here, me, Cryptid0415. Down with Doom. Down with Doom. Down with Doom.
Make the I go say that.
It's too long.
And I'm
Make
here,
Valeria a character again. Let's go.
I'm here as Jake Tylenol to say, Doom shall rise again.
No. What Jake really means to say is make Latveria great again. There we go.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, you see, I had to change my words. We can't do that. We can't say that.
Poor man.
AceCom's bricky wall here, and I'm going to say, you know what? Doom was kind of shitty. I'm not gonna talk about the book, but Doom putting his so this is a slight spoiler. Doom put his will in his mask like a fucking weirdo. This dude's an idiot, bro. This dude's the smartest dumb person I ever met.
Anyways, I'm Richter, also known as the Witch of Jotunheim, pronouns they, he. And I'm not going to talk about Doom, but I am going to say this. Do not try to tough it out while wearing a ripped contact. Don't do it. Don't be me. Because it was a bad time, and then you walk around the con half blind. Don't do it.
Listen to the witch, audience. Listen to the witch.
Don't wear a ripped contact. It was really bad.
My bad.
I've been suffering the consequences since. Just kidding. I can still see out of both of my eyes, but it was still not good. Don't do it.
And together we form the Phanatics. And we talk about the news and reviews of the week. And on our special Monday nights, we talk about the media news. All right. And today we have a doozy. All right. Star Wars is coming back to the channel briefly. As we talk about, is Dave Filoni a fraud? Let's talk about it. All right.
Someone brought it up.
We'll be talking about Daredevil Born Again Season 2. TMNT is going to be Sonicified. Okay? I
think that's a verb. That's a verb.
I don't even quite understand that meaning, to be honest with you, but we can get into it.
Don't worry, Dick. I'll explain to you when we get there. I did extensive college level research into this topic of Sonicified.
He did his college thesis on it to understand what that word meant. Okay. We're also gonna be talking about some Fantastic Four stuff that the guys wanted me to be here for, and we also will be reviewing 2 Bionicle. We'll be going through the multiverse saga, the multiverse duology in Bionicle tonight, guys. All right. That means after this, as far as I'm aware, no more multiverse in Bionicle. We're done. That's over. All right. So let's get through it.
That's right, y'all. 100 Games was not good enough to mention in the opening.
Wow.
So yeah, it really wasn't. All right, I'm just saying. Listen, unless they tell me what Lucy Gray is, I do not care. So.
Oh wow, okay. You really doing your boy Hamish that dirty, eh? Okay.
If he's not looking for Lucy Gray, who the fuck cares? Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I care. All right.
I mean, you did read the book when it came out.
Yeah, I did.
That said, we do have socials, which is excellent at talking about.
Yeah,
apparently.
Let me put down the Poe clan real quick that I'm reading at the moment because I can, and let me quickly tell you the socials because I don't have any topics to talk about this today. Yay! Anyways,
who want to talk about? Who want to talk about 100 Games then?
Hey, I'm me.
You goddamn weirdo.
I was going to talk about Alice in Wonderland, but we had a lot of topics, and I have 2 episodes to talk about, so I'm talking about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Anyways, first of all, subscribe because I said so. You can also find us on Twitter at ComicFanatic69 because I also said so. Remember, that's with a PH. Just remember that, okay?
Yep.
If you don't want to do that, because I get it, and you want to follow me, you can find me on my Twitter at Witch of Jotun with an E instead of a U. I sometimes post on there whenever I want to, so stay tuned, I guess. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram at witch_of_Jotunheim. On my Instagram specifically, I posted some stuff from the convention I just went to. If any of y'all went to Konnichiwa, let me know because, yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, you can also find me on Tumblr at Blue Sky at Northstar Aria. You can find me on my Ko-Fi at Witch of Jotunheim. Oh, my letterbox is Northstar Aria too, if you are curious. Austin's and Encrypted are in the same places as always because, they didn't want to leave their spots. I get it.
Scared me.
I mean, you're also a wall, Austin, so, And Jake?
Yeah, what's up?
How does it feel to now travel the multiverse like how I do?
It was stressful as fuck, bro. They had these crazy different timelines, and each one was... I wouldn't say worse, actually. It was kind of more nuanced than that, which I appreciated.
Yeah, you get used to it over time.
What? You're saying changing one thing and just make everything apocalyptic hell for some reason?
I mean, it was nuanced. It was just a nuanced place to be. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't
bro, why this might be the writer of my dreams? I have to read this book. When is I go write X-Men? I need to know.
Greg Parshi's Day of Future Past. There you go.
But speaking of Days of Future Past, at Konnichiwa, the person who won Best in Masters was a Blink cosplayer, and then I won Best in Journeyman. Yay! Fun fact.
Gotcha.
Okay, congrats.
Yeah, 2 mutants placed. Both mutants placed in this competition.
Yo,
Why is my racism acting up?
represent my people, dog.
Gotcha.
You know it.
Just want to read a comment from our comment section from our buddy Tevia. One World Under Doom was such a waste of time.
Okay,
Yeah,
here's
I
my thing.
disagree.
Here's my thing.
Mhm.
It was fine at first as a sequel to Blood Hunt, but it just overstayed its welcome. That's my
Yeah.
thought process here.
I think it was worth it. I just think they spread it out way too long.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And funny enough, it's not even over technically yet because we still have another issue to go. So. Okay.
Yeah, you always got the epilogue.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get.
You know what? Because I'm not using that. I did want to do one little interim. I'm not using this for my book, but I did want to point out this like cool fan art I found online, and it was talking over the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh,
why did you bring it up when doing your review?
I just want to bring it up. That's all I wanted to do. I just want to give a shout out to this guy. I was trying to make my own post there, and this dude showed up. I was like, let's do that.
Nah, looks cool. It's dope. So, all right then. I guess speaking of things that are dope, let's go on to our first topic of the day. Jake, go ahead.
Sabine Wren. All right. Well, if you guys watched the Ahsoka show, they did some things that many people disagreed with. I had a nuanced take on it. It wasn't like I hated it, but I didn't love it. Sabine is a character from Star Wars Rebels who's a Mandalorian through and through. She, at a young age, developed a weapon that destroyed Beskar, which is the Mandalorians' like iconic like armor that they built their whole society around it. And she did it just to prove that she could. She just wanted to prove herself. And then the Empire weaponized it and destroyed her home with it. And so she was kind of outcast, essentially.
Deserved.
Yes. There was a brief time period where she secured the dark saber, which is a weapon of legend in the Mandalorian culture. Whoever wields it, whoever gains it through battle, will lead a generation of Mandalorians to glory. That is kind of the belief in the blade. But it must be earned.
They turned that belief into a lie very fast.
It's true. They really did. They were like, well, we can't have our characters kill characters we need right now, so we're not doing that. So Sabine wielded the dark star saber, and she was taught how to use it because it's a lightsaber. So she needed to be taught how to use it by a Jedi, Kanan Jarrus to be specific, with some help from Ezra. That was the only type of Jedi training she received, and really, it was just like, take some of Jedi training and mix it with your Mandalorian shit, you'll be fine. That was pretty much all she learned. Then Ahsoka comes out, which is a show about Anakin's former Padawan, Ahsoka Tano. Now she's good.
No, I'll get to really and discuss.
Okay. Ahsoka had left the Jedi Order before they all got killed during Order 66. She was mad at them for falsely accusing her of something. And she kind of been a character that she was made by Dave Filoni, who's the writer of the show. And he loves this character to death. Just to give some background here. This character was what George Lucas said, like, okay, you're going to kill this character, right? Because she's not supposed to be like past episode 3. He was like, no, I'm not doing that. So eventually,
I think he would marry her if he could.
I think he would. And so she was a character in Star Wars Rebels. And she was cool. I mean, like, she was kind of boring on her own, but that's always kind of been Ahsoka's thing. Where like, as a side character, she's great. As her own character, she's kind of boring, if you really bring it down. So she eventually got her own spinoff show, which Dave Filoni's Wet Dream. So now, I say all this to say, Ahsoka, the TV show, comes out. And it's about Ahsoka and her relationship with Sabine Wren, which was non-existent in the show. They made it up for this new one. And in this one, they established that Sabine was learning to be a Jedi, which is out of left field because she's a Victorian. So
the whole point of her training in the show, like Jake mentioned earlier, was just to combine both into one thing. The show abandons one to focus on the other.
Yeah. What was even worse, well, for some people, was that they expanded on an idea that was really brought up in like episode 5. But the idea was that like everyone has the Force, and if you train hard enough, you can use it. Basically. This hasn't really been explored a lot in Star Wars. This is just kind of a nebulous line that was said just to, because it was like a wise words of wisdom for Luke Skywalker to pick up a fucking X-Wing in the swamp. But it was never really expanded on.
Damn.
you could infer the line as anyone can use the Force, basically, and that would be okay. It's just that Jedi have a higher and Sith have a higher aptitude for it. That's why they can use the magic shit. But if you trained hard enough, maybe you could move a cup with your mind, basically.
Yeah.
And so in this show, they had Sabine get to that point where if she trained hard enough, she could use the Force, and people lost their fucking mind. And I think it was just because, again, this was talked about in the originals, but it was never really like it was just to inspire Luke to do better. That was really all it was. And so now it became an actual plot point. People hated it. Well, now the showrunners for Rebels, it was very divisive on both sides. I was on the opinion of I don't like Sabine being a Jedi that much, but I'm okay with her using the Force if she trains for it. Like that's what the narrative wants to say. I think it's possible. There's nothing wrong with that. That's not a plot hole. So that was fine. I wasn't a fan of her being a Jedi.
No, my problem was a lot of people's problem isn't just that it's picking up the thing that anybody can use the Force. Because like Jake said, it's always been a thing when they change to like some type of weird blood count thing.
Yeah.
But my problem with it all was the whole point in Rebels, from what I saw, was that she had to learn to use the best of both to make it work.
Yeah, you're right.
And here, they just said, basically she abandoned all the Mandalorian stuff to become a basic boring ass Jedi. And I mean boring to like T.
Yeah, I don't really see her Mandalorian stuff come up in her fighting style at all. If I remember correctly, the story of Rebels was that Dave Filoni worked on the first season, which I like. By the way, I just want people to know straight up here, Rebels is my favorite Star Wars show, or like one of them. Okay,
y'all don't worry. I know, we know.
I think it's better than Clone Wars as a show.
You fucked up head. You should have let it slide.
Well, hang on, before you guys throw pitchforks at me, I think Clone Wars has better moments. But as an entire package, if I was watching these episodes to episodes, Rebel is consistently good. There's never like 4 episodes of Rebels I would skip just because it's boring me. I can't say that about Clone Wars. There's a lot of arcs in Clone Wars I would just.
He has the point, but I hate him to ignore this point.
Right. So, that said, yeah, but the point for Sabine and Rebels is basically to master both worlds. And this one, she doesn't even use her Mandalorian shit anymore. That's pretty much like she just kind of like blood. And so the writers from Rebels. Oh, if I remember correctly, Dave Filoni only worked on the first season of Rebels, and then he left to do other projects. I
looked it up. Yeah,
and then the other writers became the Lucasfilm's baby, basically. So when Dave Filoni came back and he made Sabine a Jedi, the showrunners from the show that he left behind, they came out and they were like, I mean, much respect to Dave Filoni, but we all hated that idea that she became an actual Jedi. And this is big because Dave Filoni, for one period of time, was kind of like the media darling in the Star Wars community.
The great savior of Disney.
Right. And even there are people who will tell you I always hated him. I honestly think it was like once he went to Disney, people are like, well, actually, he's not that good. But you know, and they're valid criticism. Oh yeah, probably.
It was half. Originally, I did see like people not liking him before all that, but all that got dried up how much love he got for bringing people the Star Wars they like,
right, in
their own words. And then once he started getting bad, or his bad traits started coming out more and more, they started to realize, like Jake said, the other show isn't as good as you think it is. Looking back on it, they're like, oh, maybe he was always a heck type thing. Right. Which kind of there.
Yeah, and so the showrunners hated this idea that Sabine was a Jedi because they think it flew in the face of her character, and it kind of does. I mean, that wasn't even my biggest problem with Sabine in the show, to be honest with you.
She's a white ass bitch, bro. I hate it all. I hate everything about her.
Tevye says, yeah, honestly, her being
she fit in the face of someone's whole storyline for the show to exist.
One of my favorite Jedi of all time. If you want to, speaking of another controversial opinion, I think Kanan and Ezra are a better duo than Anakin and Obi-Wan. I'm sorry, I'm just better father-son shit going on with them. Tevye, because honestly, it made sense for her as a Mandalorian. Well, it was just like she did both. She used to just do both of it. Like that was.
Yeah, I think it would have been fine just have her be a Mandalorian who mastered the lightsaber to a degree, and you could have gave her a low level of the Force to work with that. The problem is they abandoned all of one to focus on the other.
Yeah.
I don't think you had to be like some great Force wielder to like Ezra level, even Kanan level.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he got her give up the whole thing. No grapple hooks, no flames. Like you could even kept the flamethrower, bro. The jetpack. She still can't fly. You could have let her keep her jetpack. Something.
Which
She
was
everything.
funny because when she first learned to use a lightsaber, she could not beat Ezra in a fight, and I think it was a not pre-Vizsla. Was it pre-Vizsla? The Mandalorian instructor she had, he was like, "Hey, listen, like take this Mandalorian gear and like beat the shit out of Ezra." And because Ezra wasn't expecting he got his ass whooped because she was using both styles basically. That was basically her lesson, just like don't try to be a Jedi, be yourself. That said, Sabine had a bunch of other problems. Like her attitude is not what it was.
Champion. You can't just come out and say your favorite characters are just overpowered people.
I'm telling you, bro.
They've been talking about Star Killer, Dark Revan, and Dark Malgus of all people.
Yo, Star Killer being canon, a lot of people not like it in practice. I'm telling you, once they executed that, you will not like it.
Yeah, it's not going to be the character y'all want who just fulfills all y'all hopes and dreams, bringing out Star Destroyers and a flick of his dick or some shit. It's not going to happen.
Wasn't Star Killer originally supposed to be Luke's name?
Yes, that is true. He was originally supposed to be Luke's name, and then they said that was stupid. Luke.
Yeah, that was right.
Yeah. And so that was why they came up with the name for Star Killer in the Force Unleashed video game, which is a God of War power fantasy.
Look, I don't really give a fuck.
But yeah, so
you like, who cares?
But Sabine's thing was that you look at her right now, you think of like a rebellious punk rocker who doesn't listen to any authority, but she's not that. Actually, she's actually pretty compliant with her team. Like she doesn't mind she has an attitude. Don't get me wrong, like when Ezra and her had like a big sister little brother type relationship. After season 1, of course, when he stopped having a crush on her, of course. But it was more like she had an attitude, but she was perfectly compliant with like her squad. And maybe if they focused on that, maybe it's like she just doesn't play well with other teams. I guess I can't even say that's true because she worked well with the Mandalorian, so maybe she doesn't like the New Republic. I guess you could say that. But they didn't even play with that. It was just like she wouldn't show up to like meetings and shit like that. I'm like, you used to show up to every meeting. You never missed a meeting of Rebels if you could avoid it. Like
they tried to frame it all as her missing Ezra, but it really just came out her being a brand little girl for no reason.
Yeah. And Sabine's a character I really did like in Rebels, so it's kind of a shame seeing what Dave Filoni did with her. I was shocked that he wrote the show. I was like, this is not even the character that you wrote in season 1. It
was worse for me in a sense because I didn't know her character that well. But all I heard was how Tony and Jake were gushing over this character, and I saw her like, this can't be. This can't be the person they were talking about.
Yeah, before we watched Ahsoka, Tony and I watched Rebels 1 through 4, and it took Tony a bit, but he fell in love with the show as well, and he agrees too. Last I checked, he liked it better than Clone Wars as well because he watched Clone Wars then Rebels, and so he was like, "Yeah, I just love the show more." I highly recommend people watch Star Wars Rebels to understand why that shit doesn't make any sense. It's a great show. The character dynamics are some of the best in Star Wars history. I love the Ghost Crew, but I'm getting off topic. But I highly recommend it. But yeah, Sabine, she sucks at stuff.
Gotcha. Well, I don't know if that's this topic because I'm on Star Wars, so right. Okay. Do you guys have any final thoughts before we move on?
No, that's good.
I doubt that any of this is going to be course corrected if Ahsoka Season 2 does happen.
You can't course correct, I don't think.
Well, you can have her start using her Mandalorian stuff in Season 2.
Yeah,
I doubt that that's Filoni has in mind, and I don't see him. He don't seem like type to change a plan unless he actually wants to. Right. So I doubt that's going to be changed going forward.
Gotcha. But all right then. I guess with that, we can move on to the next topic, guys. Okay, I'm going to be talking about this Hunger Games Sunrise and Reaping trailer. Okay, so
I don't see Lucy Gray on the poster, Cryptid.
Screw Lucy Gray. I blame her for President So being who he is. Yeah. So, but yeah, Sunrise and Reaping. This has actually been something I've been wanting to talk about for a while now because, I actually read the book and I wanted to get a chance to talk about it, but never found the right time for it. But anyway, So yeah, we get our trailer. This is going to be a story about Haymitch audience, and the best way I could describe Sunrises and Reapings is that this is a story about, like, imagine your dad telling you, you think you had it bad? I had it way worse in my generation. You think you had it bad, Katniss? We had twice as many tributes in my game. You think you had it bad? My version of Effie was a jackass. You think you had it bad? All my family got killed at the end. Like, so on and on and on. Oh, and also we get a tidbit of trivia. All the reaping days are on Haymitch's birthday. So you're like,
Hey, it's not my fault that his
like,
mom couldn't wait a day before, wait a day before or a day after. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
my fault.
another prequel.
I know. It's just, whoa, what of all days? Oh, and don't think I'm not noticing that that Susan Collins specifically decided to say, okay, the reaping days are on 4th of July. So you what the oh, come on, really?
Yo, God bless America.
America doesn't
There's no
exist at this
America in
time.
Hunger Games.
Yeah.
God bless the Hunger Games.
Oh god.
See, bro. No. See, y'all just think America don't exist. Wait till they find oil in this place.
Right.
Mhm.
America will show up. I
America
promise you.
shall rise again.
Yeah. Well, by the end of the Hunger Games series, we did get democracy, didn't we?
Not sure.
Yeah, let's see
Okay.
how long.
Yeah,
that lasts.
also He-Man. Thanks, He-Man.
Yeah. Tevye saying, so basically another prequel. Sorry. Okay, yeah, it
Yeah.
is. But it's not all I had. Like, it was one of the characters that kind of had an interesting story. And I also like to add this, right? When I read the book, you could clearly tell that the writer wrote this with the idea of this being a movie. Because if you were to read Hunger Games Catching Fire, right? They already pretty much told about all the events that happened in Haymitch's time. Like, you have Katniss and Peeta looking over the previous games, and they decided to look over Haymitch's game, and they saw the whole thing. And but when you actually read the book, you have like this whole freaking Mission Impossible 2 subplot going on. A lot of things that make you wonder, yeah, hey, Mitch, why didn't you bring any of this stuff up when you guys were having your rebellion against the Capitol, But yeah, it's what it is. As far as what we got to see in the trailer, it looks pretty accurate. I want to bring up.
Yeah. Me and Jake liked the last Hunger Games, the Battle of
Songs and birds and snakes or whatever. Something like that.
Song
Yeah.
of Birds and Snakes.
Yeah, thank you.
that was he talking about Lucy Gray. He wanted to see her come back. That was his favorite character in the Hunger Games. Apparently.
Lucy
Speaking of-
Gray!
Speaking of characters you want to see come back, man, I was surprised when I realized that they recasted President Snow, because I thought they were going to get the actor from
Nah,
Badlands.
too many years passed. Too many years passed. You same dude.
Yeah. Well, plastic
Also, the
surgery and all that stuff.
original actor for Snow passed away. So
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
No.
it wouldn't make sense because, like, if you got the original actor for Snow, because this is his younger days,
Yeah.
But
I didn't like
instead-
the guy they chose. I don't think this guy looked like Snow at all. I don't think he like either one of them. So that
Who?
is.
Oh,
The
okay.
current Snow.
Yeah, he's played by Voldemort.
Yeah, I thought they should have did Jude Law or something. I feel like he could look a little bit more like an in between. But
Yeah,
both of them, they do like
Like-
neither one of these guys.
God dang, this guy really, really sucked that poison, didn't he? He went through a lot of plastic surgery over the decades he was president. But yeah, so looks good. Oh yeah, and there's also going to be a volcano in the arena, and yeah, literally, this is the most dangerous arena that's ever been made in Hunger Games. So yeah, it goes back to what I'm saying.
What do you mean they just made a volcano?
Well, they
Yeah.
got bored. They got bored and they said, you know what? Volcano this year. How about that?
This is the 50th. This is a quarter quell game, so they wanted to go a little bit more extreme, So yeah. Again, Katniss.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. I mean, like legitimately, you just build a volcano.
I mean, you do it for
They
science.
built-
You do it in science class, yeah.
Austin, they literally built a tree that gets struck by lightning every hour. You know, so yeah.
Why did play sound more futuristic than most futuristic shows?
I know, it's all for a game show. I gotta remind you, audience. And would you believe me if I say that this whole arena is going to get destroyed by homemade bomb? Yeah.
I'm not gonna believe you, bro.
Like some parts. Again, there's I don't want to spoil too much, but there's like a huge Mission Impossible 2 thing that Hamish is trying to do during this games, you know. So yeah. Yeah, I'm still looking forward to it. There is one thing I kind of hope they add by the end. This was from the books, right? So you guys don't mind a spoiler, do you?
I don't care about spoilers.
No.
Okay. By the end, you know, well, for one thing, nobody has a happy ending in Hunger Games. There are only survivors, you know, so that's a bit of a downer. But by the end of the book, you do see a present day Haymitch with Peeta and Katniss, right? And you know, I hope they bring the actors back for that epilogue scene, because you see Haymitch, he's realizing he doesn't have much time left. His liver is shot, audience. Like, god dang, this guy did not want to have one drink when he was in his Hunger Games, but after he came back from the Hunger Games, he just hit the bottle, man, and never let go. But yeah, I just hope they bring in, you know, Woody Harrelson and Jennifer Lawrence back, because, like, you know, now that all the stuff with the Capitol is over, Hamish got a chance to actually finally tell, you know, his story, you know, and the people who he went to the Hunger Games with, you know, so that they don't get forgotten. So yeah, I mean, I'm still looking forward to this, you know, even though it's going to have a really sad ending. God damn, dude. Again, oh, and yeah, I also like to add, pretty much Haymitch by the end is made to be an example for anybody for any participant who tries to rebel against the Capitol, you know. So yikes, President Snow works Haymitch overtime, you know. Damn. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about Hunger Games, audience. So yeah, we can move on. Let's move on to the next one. Oh, okay, so Predator Badlands financial loss.
I don't know if it's a financial
Potential
loss. It's
financial
the
loss.
highest grossing film of 20th century, and it hasn't gone streaming yet.
Well, I really don't like to use streaming to add to the box office numbers, because that kind of feels like brownie points to kind of fluff it up.
But that's what they do, though. Like the only reason it's relevant is because that's how they see it. Like even if it doesn't make all its money back in theaters, they make their money back in streaming and merchandising. That all goes to.
Yeah, I never understood trying to put the numbers from streaming onto it, because you're trying to act like okay, people are now streaming on the DC Plus, and they're just saying that okay, because Predator came out in that specific month, now they'll add that subscription to the profit. I'm like, really?
Well, because it's driving. I mean, it's easily trackable on there, and they can track to see how many people. I mean, you go on like HBO Max, will tell you what's the most highest streamed thing going on right now. But yeah, I mean, like it makes sense. You make people wouldn't have gone to this. Oh, I'm sorry. What's cutting you off? My bad. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was just saying, like, there's no competition when it's on streaming. You know, it's like when that Snow White movie came out. Yeah, it was a financial bomb, but then they wanted to fluff it up by saying it's #1 on streaming, so it's a success.
Yeah, well, because that would be a metric.
Yeah, but that's not what Jake's saying. And you can say something #1 on streaming, but like it depends on how long this happens and how you want to go see it. Like how I get what Jake's trying to say, but I do agree with Critter in the sense of that should just be like the more celebratory numbers than just oh, we're going to inflate it. Like, oh yeah, it did well because their main target is still the theater. That's why they wait so long to go to streaming.
Well, I mean, like I'm saying, like I guess I'm using like there are movies that have, like the Marvel movies, for instance, don't make as much money, but they make their monies back in like merchandising and toys. I'm saying this from the business's perspective. It looks like it was a success, and now you have Arnold Schwarzenegger. Apparently, I just saw this today. Apparently, he's talking about coming back. So it looks like there's forward momentum here. I don't think they see it as a loss. I'm saying it doesn't look like the company sees it as a loss. I think they're fine with where it is.
Gotcha.
You know.
But yeah, what are let's see, what's the box office for this so far. International, worldwide, 140 million so far. Yikes.
And that makes it somehow, I don't know what 20th Century is putting out. Apparently, that makes it its 5th highest grossing movie of all time for that studio.
What?
Yeah, I'm just reading the article right now. I can share it with you guys.
Okay.
It was this is from Collider. After opening with over 40 million in domestic revenue and finishing first in the domestic ranks 2 weeks ago, Predator Badlands dropped to third in its second week. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was so far back.
Yeah.
1 second. Previous work after officially, Predator Badlands is now the 5th highest grossing movie in the brief but impactful history of 20th Century Studios, with 138 million in the bank. In just 5 years, the division of Disney has produced 24 movies, including one of the highest grossing titles of all time. Predator Badlands took the 5th spot by overtaking 2022's Death of the Nile and...
Oh, no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. They beat
20th Century Studios, which is just when Disney bought Fox.
Yeah.
That makes sense, yeah.
It also is behind Alien Romulus and Kingdom of the
Which I
Planet
haven't
Apes.
seen for reasons that make sense to me.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And the only one to beat all of them was Avatar. I didn't know they owned Avatar. Okay, I guess so. That studio owned Avatar. But it seems like
to be fair, if you have 24 movies. Your 5th more popular one is Death of the Nile, which wasn't that popular with people. I don't doubt this might be your 3rd best.
right. I guess what I'm saying is it's profitable to them. I think that's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying that it's a success in a movie. Like if we want to have a separate conversation about like, okay, but is that really a success though? That's fine, and I will be more inclined to agree with you guys. I'm saying
No. So for them specifically, for 20th Century Studios, I'm sure they see it as a success. I don't think Disney will see that as a success. I don't really think Disney itself cares.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But because we know they already have so many plans post this movie, I don't think this of all things going to stop that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I do see these characters like still continue on in some adaptations. This isn't going to be like that Iron Man Predator armor where they just completely scrapped it due to that.
Well, to be fair, the way the guy wrote this movie, it doesn't matter. He made this to be the farthest in the Predator Alien timeline you can get as of right now.
Okay.
So if this doesn't get a sequel immediately, it's not that big a deal. Or we don't see, but we're not going to see Dex in like the next Alien vs Predator unless he said it afterwards. But he really wanted to make this movie before he does his next film, where they already signed off on.
Okay, gotcha. Like looking at the budget right here, it was 105 million for the budget, and right now it's standing at 159 million in the box office. So might get to the break-even point, but since Zootopia is right,
I don't think it will because Wicked and all that came out.
Yeah, and Zootopia
Wicked just came out, so.
Yep, and Zootopia 2 is about to come out pretty soon too. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the online sales and stuff is what's going to be the online sales and the word of mouth is what's going to save it. I do think they do a sequel with Dex, it will do better because the word of mouth for this film.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
But that's one of those we have to wait and see how Lord Disney feels and then that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys have any more thoughts on this before we move on?
No, we're
No,
good.
because I haven't seen it.
Gotcha.
You should have saw it, which it was good. I promise you, it was decent at least.
Like the best way I could describe it is it's a Disney version of Punisher. Oh, well, not Punisher, Predator, but that tried really hard for as a kid, Yep. Okay. Anyway, all right. With that, let's move on to the next one. Alrighty. So the Punisher will not be in Daredevil Born Again Season 2.
Which makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Why?
People don't remember he's going to be in Spider-Man. He has his own Punisher Hour special coming too.
Yep.
So whatever he's not doing, I think whatever happens in Spider-Man is what's going to run him out of town. And Punisher special will be what's happening while Daredevil Season 2 is going on.
Ah, okay. Man, I had a different idea because, like, I thought it was because, like, they did state that they kind of want to separate the movie characters from the Disney Plus show characters. So, yeah, I thought that's
I
why.
don't think so, because I don't think the Punisher being that big. I don't think the Punisher is big, of course, but I don't think they're going to use him in that many movies. They want to fully remove him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He has an audience, So,
Unless they're announcing an actual Punisher movie, I don't see them fully separating him at least just yet because
he's
of that.
popular. Yeah, he's popular enough to bounce back, just like it's going to be just like the same situation with Daredevil.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not losing sleep over him.
I think it's more they can't justify having Punisher in the series and not killing Fist at this point.
Oh yeah, that's true. that is true. But yeah, I mean, I'm not losing sleep over not seeing Punisher season 2 because we're already getting as much Punisher content as possible. I mean, geez, I think like even in the comics we're about to have like 3 Punisher mainline comics going on at once. I'm like, dang, it's complete 360 from last year, So yeah. All right. Yeah, not really much juice to this topic. You guys have any final thoughts on this before we move on?
No.
Gotcha.
Because if my phone hates me again, I'm gonna have to leave early.
Gotcha, Witch. No problem. All right, so let's move on to the next topics. For Witch's phone burns. Who wants to do this one? Austin?
Hold up, give me 1 second.
Not too late. That second's over. So TMNT the Last Ronin movie.
I just got here.
Oh, okay. You said 1 second, Jim. That second passed.
I was trying to tap back.
You got to be on Crypt this time, all right? Crypt is
Yeah.
Hold on, we got some stuff.
Yeah, sometimes I take.
Tabby, in order to make your money back, you have to at least make double the box office usually.
Mm-hmm.
But at least that's like the safety point for most films.
Yeah.
It's just the game. It seems like the game's just changed lately because they learned how to take advantage of it with other stuff now. So, as far as
that's fair. But yeah, so TMNT, The Last Ronin, which I was so hyped about, got canceled, and they're going to bring back a new live action TMNT, but they're going to Sonicify the franchise.
What does that mean, Kobe?
Do you want to give a guess what Sonicify means first, Chris, before I tell you in the most scientific terms I can muster?
Jack Black will be the Jim Carrey of the TMNT world. I'm calling it.
That's probably true.
We need a third pillar. We need a third pillar. We already have Jack Black and Jim Carrey. We need a third pillar of this kid universe.
Guess what? Shredder will be played by Eddie Murphy. Okay, we're going to get this. He's going to voice Shredder.
Roku sucks, dog. And people are going to say it's the most accurate version of Shredder ever.
Yeah. We're going to make Cat Williams Splinter. All right, we're going to make this franchise marketable.
That sword, motherfucker.
I'm just saying, bro. If we get a chance, we can put the pimp named Slickback line to a Splinter. It'll be funny. It would be funny. But by Sonicify specifically, apparently they want that live action kind of animated feel with the quote unquote humor and fun that the children love. For example, Sonic Flossing.
Oh boy.
But here, counterpoint, retort, pouncing it back. Mutant Mayhem exists, so like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I didn't understand why they're trying to do another live action while their anime series is still ongoing.
And it does exactly what they wanted to do. They want the live action to do, so I don't know why you have two.
I think it's weird because the people actually love the second live action film. Like you actually, I know it didn't make as much money as the people wanted, but people genuinely thought Step Out of Shadows was a good step in the right direction for the franchise.
Listen, like I didn't like Leonardo's shit because I felt like he was on his authoritarian arc, but honestly, like it was enjoyable. I didn't hate it. I just like it wasn't great.
Tevia, apparently the last run of the video game is still happening. Thank God.
As a consolation prize.
Tevia, if I can wait for 1943 man to come back and to come in 2026, you could wait that long for the video game of Last Ronin.
Well, trust. I waited like 3 years for the Snufkin game, so
Yeah, they just revert you.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. Like, I mean, honest to God, dog. Like, I'm not losing sleep over the Last Ronin thing because those aren't really my favorite.
I'm not losing on the movie. I do think it's deserved a video game. I think you can do a lot with the video game format of it.
Yeah, I think honestly, I just wish they just did an IEW version of the Turtles. That's all I'm playing. I don't really want the dark and gritty stuff with the Turtles. I mean, I'm sure it will work, and I'm sure there's a way to make me like it, but it's just like, I don't know. That was such a.
I think it works to a degree. I don't know. The last one worked because it was just their Logan. That's literally it.
Right.
Their Old Man Logan arc, and it actually ended. That was literally it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Dragging it out, they did give it a sequel out, which I didn't read. I don't think Jake read it either.
I know about the new Turtles. I know about them.
No, I don't know if you actually fully read that story. I don't know the story of that.
Oh, yeah. I finished some of it. I was interested in that part.
But I do agree with Jake. I think if I take the Turtles too dark, you kind of ruin the whole aspect. It's literally Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. While a lot of them don't feel like teenagers, you still need those moments. And a lot of the dark and gritty Turtle stories do not do that. They only just focus on the ninja part.
Yeah.
I made it clear that my favorite storyline in any TMNT show is like the emo Leonardo arc from like 2004. 2003. But that only works because I had 4 seasons of seeing Leo be like his usual self. You know what I mean? Like if that was just Leo from start to finish, I'm like, oh, this is a boring character.
Anime movie for literally any comic arc usually works better than doing a live action.
Yeah. I just think that like I don't know. I just don't want to see I don't want to see Michelangelo be like all the time. I think it's just kind of bore me. Eventually.
I think it would work if you did it as an animated movie spinoff of some other franchise that already is. Like you told us the Last Ronin was an alternate. Like if you made that film, said it's an alternate ending to like 2003. I think it'll be fine because we are already accustomed to how that Mikey is. I think just throwing out a random movie and be like, oh yeah, Michelangelo just turns into this without having a real base of what that Michelangelo was doesn't help that movie.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Savian saying, personally, I think the anime movie for Last Ronin would have been 10 times better than live action because the story's real good. Well, if the game gets enough good traction, you can count on like studios wanting to milk that franchise. So
it looks like they want to do what they did with 2007. If people don't remember, TMNT 2007 had a game and a movie released at the same time. It was an animated movie. And they both did the same thing, but the game kind of skimmed over some details.
That movie still has the most satisfying final fight in any TMNT movie. I'm sorry. That fight is so satisfying.
I think they handled Ralph's arc the most interesting as well by having him be a legit full vigilante for a while before the fight happened. And then just running out one night and then coming home to fight his brother.
Now, if you guys get a chance to rewatch 2007, I mean, I don't like the Leo versus Ralph fight, dog, because I don't think Leo Ralph should have won that fight. I'm gonna be real with you, but
he didn't win. If you watch that fight, there are clearly like 5 moments where Leo just did not go for the kill. But there are so many moments where Ralph is literally shocked by how good Leo is in that fight that he should have lost. It really just felt like Leo was not trying to hurt this man.
He was just like, listen, kid. Listen, little bro.
Oh, wow. Go back to your shell.
my thing,
we did technically get the Last Ronin in 2003 with the Donnie going to the dark future where all Eternals die. That is true, Tevia.
Solidifying the turtle. I mean, the only thing I get out of this is just not having to follow the end of the movie, which I think is the only thing I benefit from this because I just hate that ending. But other than that, I mean, I think
you're going to make Mikey the most annoying character of all time if they do that.
Most likely.
But he's the main one that will get that focus. If they do the characterization right, he'll be the main one who'll get that fun, random Sonic stuff that they seem to imply they want to add.
Okay,
like him randomly flossing mid-fight or turning around and getting shot in the back and stuff like that.
My thing is like when the turtles get more goofy, Mikey has less to do.
Yeah,
that's always been
exactly.
consistent. That has literally been the most consistent thing. Like when they started doing that in Rise, when all the turtles were comedy, Mikey was just the least interested on the team. Yeah. And then they did it again with the Mutant Mayhem, and they still can't figure out how to make Mikey interesting in that universe.
Because it's literally all he has. The best two traits of Mikey that are usually consistent is that he's the comedy man, but he is the most naturally into martial arts. It's why he has the most confusing weapon of all of them. Like Michelangelo is actually very good at martial arts. He's just so goofy that he gets in his way a lot of times. Yeah, but he can naturally kind of ultra instinct people, like in multiple series.
It happened.
He can move without thinking.
He casually dodged Splinter, like didn't even know Splinter was going to hit him, and just to prove a point to Donnie, Splinter tried to hit Mikey, and Mikey just casually dodged it while listening to music, and he wasn't even paying attention to it. It's like I have no idea what's happening. So like yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for Mikey because he usually takes the biggest hit with these kind of storylines, but
yeah, gotcha. But
also, I think there's just nothing wrong with the other turtles being more serious. I just don't understand. Like, we can't find that mix. So we can't find the balance.
I think my problem is that the comedy thing, they always try to use it to make Donnie more relatable instead of just casually making him more down to earth. Like, he can be smart and still be down to earth.
Apparently, Rise Donnie really resonates with the autistic community. So, I'm not trying to make a dig. I'm saying apparently that's true. Like apparently a lot of like autistic people really.
Oh, that like soft shelled.
No.
Damn.
Well, because I don't know. I won't represent that point, but I do know I was watching like this YouTuber and like there were a lot of people who like really identified with Rise Donnie. So I'm my favorite. So.
Gotcha.
Before we move on, Tavia asked, wait, wasn't Rise of the TMNT the turtles have powers? Because I felt like a dumb idea. Oh, actually wasn't that bad. I think it was just more like the execution of the show over time got worse. But it was a solid show.
It had a good movie, but if you watch the show that goes to that movie, it makes no sense.
Yeah, the actual transition.
Character-wise, it makes no sense.
Yeah, the actual show transition to the movie was terrible.
Gotcha.
They never actually rose into being the turtles of the other universe. Like they're just.
It ended up being that. It ended up being that the guy rose to being the leader technically.
Right. Yeah, I don't even know if Leonardo's really the leader after he was supposed to be twice. But
he was told the leader, and then we came back to the movie. And they're like, "Oh no, you're not a leader. At least not right now."
Leader. Which is crazy because they had set up for it in season 2. I hate that. They fumbled that arc. Leonardo had the potential to be the most interesting Leonardo, and they fumbled it. I really did hate that. Because he had the thing where it was like, well, actually, if you just kind of let him do his thing, he's actually a really good leader. Like he actually is really good at strategizing. He just doesn't apply himself really. It don't make sense.
Gotcha. But all right, then. You guys ready to move on to the next topic?
Yeah. Let's
go.
Okay. And I have no stake in this topic, so
me neither. Who the fuck did this?
I did, bro. It's damn. He can do Hunger Games. I can't do Far Cry of all things.
Hey, you guys gave me crud for doing Hunger Games, and now it's just a one-person topic. So yeah, how does that feel?
I didn't know no one else played Far Cry. Far Cry is a very famous video game franchise.
I mean, I knew about Far Cry. I know the story of Far Cry 3. I just,
Hey, I have an excuse. I don't know what Jake has.
So, yeah, you categorize yourself as a gamer. You play Gears of War, not Far Cry.
I didn't. I watched the story.
I didn't play Far Cry either. If it makes you feel any better,
there we go.
It makes you feel worse.
I know the story of Far Cry.
Look, I play games that I want to play. Leave me alone, man.
I did the story of Far Cry 3, and then I saw the story of Far Cry 4, but it'd been so long I don't remember most of the 4. And then I know the Breaking Bad guy from 5. I heard that one scene.
Well, you saw the best game, so I guess it doesn't matter.
Okay,
but
what's going on here?
Far Cry getting a TV show was announced, and it's kind of a big deal. It was a big deal to a lot of people, so I thought I would talk about it. Far Cry, the franchise, has a lot of ups and downs, but it has one of the greatest villains of all time for me, which is in 3. And also this guy on the screen, whose name is escaping right now, because I'm not good at names.
Vargas, bro. That's Natural Vargas.
See? He didn't play it, and he even knows. Okay, that tells you something. I'm using that as an excuse. And so Far Cry in the game, people are saying, what the people who announced it are saying, they got emboldened by, Fallout and Mass Effect being announced. They decided to go ahead and green like this. This has been something Noah Hawley has been trying to do for a while, since Fallout Season 1 was announced, and now it's finally got a green light. I don't know how I feel about it. Because they're actually, if they just do the Fallout thing where they make their own thing in Fallout, I think it'll be fine. But Fallout's a series known for its villains, and I don't think you can actually adapt some of these villains to be as good as they were in the game.
Ooh, not enough time. No screen time is what I'm hearing.
No,
If
probably
they have screen
I mean,
time,
the villains don't get that.
it might
much
be one of those people that have too much screen time.
Yeah, the villains don't get that much screen time in the games. It's just more like they have iconic scenes every time they show up. It's just...
Yeah. Every scene they show up is least impactful until you get to New Dawn, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think the villains in New Dawn is terrible. That's like number 7.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But 3's villain was a banger, 4's villain was a banger. The Preacher was a banger because of the way that story unfolded.
3's villain is such a banger. People forget that the main villain is not actually that guy on the screen. That's somebody else.
It's somebody else.
Yeah, it's some lady.
Like it's so funny. So I don't trust a company to adapt Fallout. I mean, honestly, now I'm stuck with Far Cry as a 1-to-1 to the games. So I hope they just do. If they're inspired by Fallout, I hope they pull a Fallout and just do their own story set in Far Cry. Because people don't know, one of the last games, I believe they Fallout 6, it has DLC that fully connects the full Fallout universe. Like every game, they connected one way or another through that DLC. The DLC lets you play as the villains of each of those games for the first time. And so you fully learn more of their mindset and all the other stuff. So I think you just set this between Fallout 6 and whatever Fallout 7 ends up being, and then you reference it later in the games at some point. I don't think you adapt the games themselves. I think that's a thing guaranteed to fail.
Ew.
At worst, it'll be Halo. At best, it'll be DMC, which is still bad, in my opinion, if they do that.
Wow, quite a bar you're setting.
I've never seen anyone adapt something like that good. I've never seen a game adaptation 1-to-1 adapt something and it's good. Even like, what's the best video game adaptation that's not Fallout that you know?
Sonic.
People would say Castlevania, but I have mixed feelings on the first series.
I'll mess with that too.
I was gonna say Sonic. That's what most people would say today. Yeah, Mario.
Let's say Sonic, Mario. We use all 3 of those examples. They still change so much stuff from the game to make that adaptation work as its own thing.
Yeah.
That doing that to Fallout, if you do that to a Fallout show and to a Fallout game, I feel like you break that game a lot of the time. A lot of that stuff works just the way it is. That if you change one little detail, it'll fall apart.
Also, it works because it's a fucking goddamn video game. All right, that's
yeah. That is a good example.
To adapt video games into a different media.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like anyone with 2 brain cells can acknowledge that.
Tevia, there's not 3 Sonic movies. Okay, look, there's number 1, which is Tom the Human.
It's true.
There's number 2, which is generally a good film.
Yeah.
And then there's 3, the Eggman Show. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Detective Pikachu.
Yeah, let's go.
I'll give you that. I did like Detective Pikachu. I know a lot of people don't like it. I did like it. They made it his own thing in the Pokemon world, and they did a good job adapting those Pokemon. That was actually really good.
Everybody think Ryan Reynolds for that.
I'm not thinking.
But the example I was going to use was going to be Last of Us. Last of Us Season 1 was did their best to follow the game for Season 1, and people loved it. But that dude, as he promised that he will stick to the games that he made, and he stand by his choices he made in those games, he went out his way to make Season 2 the most polarizing show of all time. Mm-hmm. I'll watch Game of Thrones Season 8 before I watch The Last of Us Season 2. I promise you.
But isn't that faithful to the game?
No.
It was the most polarizing game of the year. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but not for the reason he made. Even the people
I know,
who like
I
the game didn't like it. For example, the game cut the fan base in half, and then the show cut that fan base that was left in half.
Wow.
In fact, I believe more people hated it than liked it. It had the lowest audience rating of any TV adaptation.
Yeah.
But guess what? You know the critics loved it for some reason. Goddamn.
they always love Last of Us Part 2.
Close the divide between the critics and the audience.
Show and movie. They think Last of Us Part 2 is a beautiful piece of cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so since I'm the only fellow here since I'm a Far Cry fan here, I won't bring it up unless the news come up as big. I thought Jake could do what this was.
Jake, you failed Austin, is what I'm hearing.
Yes, you did.
All right. I mean, you can
It's a lot more reasonable for Crypto to fail me by not knowing the video game in my time than you, Jake.
I got 3 jobs, all right? I'm just saying.
But yeah, another video game adaptation. Hopefully, it follows the trend. A lot of the recent ones been at least decent to good. Other than the last ones, I would say literally the last 10 have been considered good, at least to somebody.
Yeah.
So let's just hope they continue that trend. We can move on.
We'll see how it goes. So, all right, then we're done the media news audience. Now we're going on to comic news. So let's start.
All right, guys. Listen, I surprisingly enjoyed this story. I don't think you understand. These last 2 Bionicle books, they've been kind of peak for me. All right?
I don't like that guy with that butt plug in the back.
Well, people are the same guy. People are the same guy. Okay.
Those 2 people are the same dude.
The one in the front is the same as the one that you're making fun of right now.
I don't like that.
Okay. He looks like he has a butt plug on him.
Well, listen, they don't have an official picture of this.
He's the royal ass wiper. Like he's about to go behind the guy with the stick. The stick in the front.
They don't have an official title for. They don't have an official picture for him. So fans made this one up.
Jake, you
There
either
you
make
go,
a
bro.
title,
Butt plug, man. We're canning in it.
Jake, you either make a title for yourself or the audience gonna make a title for them, man. So yeah.
Anyway, so way back in the beginning of the Bionicle universe, let's take a step back. I introduced you guys to the character of Takua the Chronicler. He was supposed to be a self-insert character, right? And the storyline with him was that he was a self-insert. He was supposed to be you viewing the world of Bionicle, and then by the end of that saga, he became the main hero of Bionicle. It took him like 4 books, but he got there. And since then, he hasn't really done much. I mean, he showed up here and there. I see Tavia's comment. Yeah, we'll get into him in a minute. We haven't really done much. I mean, he did a cameo appearance, an extended cameo appearance. Tevia has a question. I'll get to it in a minute. He did an extended cameo appearance in like the Toei Nika saga, but that was about it. He hasn't really done much. Yes, Tevia, to answer your question, when you read the first Bionicle book, it is in first person. At least half of it is, and you find out that the person who is talking is named Takua. That is a first person perspective, but it's written as if you were in the universe and you were exploring these lands. He's a new person on this island. He's getting to know the island, so he was you in that story. And then in like the Borakal saga, he wasn't in the story. He was like a tertiary character. Like he wrote the news reports about what was happening on the island. And then in Mask of Light, that's when he became an actual character, like the main character. But he was basically you in that story. So, but he hasn't really been used much. And I remember as a kid, I always thought it was awkward having Takua be a part of the Telenuva. Because he is the 7th Toa member of that team, but unlike the rest of them, he's not a part of that group. He didn't grow up with them. He really kind of felt like a tacked on person. You know, he never had the 6th Ranger moment where he felt like he was actually a part of the team. Tavia asked, we haven't seen him in a long time, in my opinion. Yes, we did play him in the web game. I think you can still play it. It's Matoran Adventures, I believe. Apparently, it's a very popular Bionicle game. It's everyone's favorite. I haven't played it, but that's if you want to get to know the Alamatsu. It's very iconic game, yeah. But yeah, so we haven't really seen Takanuva in a while, and he's kind of like a tacked-on character of the Toanuva. But Greg Farsi says, you know what? I got your back. Since I brought the Toanuva back, why don't I give Takanuva his own duology? 2 stories to make up for the 2 arcs he wasn't in. So to set us up, in the last book we read, there was a B plot where Takanuva was told the origin story of the Toa Nuva when they were the Toa Mata before they became the island of Metru Nui, and this was told to him by the Order of Mata Nui, and they gave him a dire warning at the end of the story. They said, "Listen, Takanuva, Makuta has a plan, and this plan is gonna shake the heavens. All right, shout out to all the people. We need you to go warn the Toa Nuva what's going to happen so they can stop it. Because right now they're falling into a trap right now." He says, "Bet, but I can't make it there in time. Cardanui is so far away." And Brutaka, who we saw in the other book we read, he's like, "I got you, man. Don't worry. I have this thing called the Mask of Dimensions, and I can send you across time and space to get to Cardanui. It'll be quick, like that. Won't even miss it." All right? He's like, "All right, bet." Sends him through time and space.
And you're telling me the Mask of Life is more powerful than that?
It's the strongest mask in the universe. It can instantly kill people, to be fair. I don't know what to tell you.
That sounds like the Mask of Death, so they're lying?
Well, I mean, like, I don't know if you were here that week, but the Mask of Life gave itself a body, and it was fighting something, and it didn't know how to fight, and it didn't know how to hold back its own strength, so it said, kill, and then just killed the thing. So that was kind of his whole thing. I thought Makuta was gone. No, he is not. He was beaten by... So the history of Makuta was that he was a villain for the Toa Nuva. They beat him, but they could never kill him because he is shadow. He is everything. As long as there is darkness, there is Makuta. And then Takanuva faced him again, and he beat him by himself, which made him the strongest Toa of all time. And then they reestablished that he came back with a new body in the Toa Ignika saga, the Toa Mari saga to be specifically, and now he's plotting again to come back like in his full form. So yeah. Anyway, so Takanuva wakes up and he's like, "Oh shit, where am I?" And he's on Matanui, but on Matanui for some reason the Vizorak are here. The Vizorak were never in the original Matanui storyline, so we didn't. So this is kind of weird. Like, Vizorak, all these other Rahi beasts, they were never here. They're supposed to be in Metru And then he runs into this Mator and he's like, "This Mator's like, who the fuck are you?" He's like, "Oh, it's me, Takanuva. I'm the seventh Toa." They're like, "I don't know. You're lying to me because we have a Takanuva. He's the Taraga of this place," and that's the figure right there. The figure right there is the other version of Takanuva, the butt plug you call him. I
said that when he told him. Yeah.
So Takanuva's like, "Wait, I'm a Taraga? Okay, all right, shit." And so the story really plays up the fact that, is this a time travel story? Are we in a different universe? We find out quickly. We found out a little bit. We are in a completely other universe. This is another universe entirely. 10,000 years in the future. But wait.
Another universe?
We're in another universe 10,000 years in the future.
When you know all this will take place in one man's body, I'm going to believe we're in a different person's body right now.
Well, hold on. So basically what happens is we go to Takanuva, Taraga Takanuva. And he's like, he looks at Takanuva a little bit. He's like, "Oh, you're me. Like, all right, whatever you say, I believe you." So basically, yes, Tevia, this is a long form story. You gotta beat it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Feel proud of yourself, Jake. Feel proud.
Yes. So
Takanuva talks. This is nothing compared to me doing 5 issues in a row. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So Takanuva talks to his old self, and his self is like, "Listen, it's 10,000 years in the future, but like I think our futures are a bit different because things have changed here." And this is where we find out what changed. Why is everybody on Matanui? We have even some villains like the Dark Hunters are now on our side. What happened? How'd that happen? Well, guys, 10,000 years ago. Let me take it back. If you guys remember the Toa Marhi story, you should, because I reviewed it. We had a character called Matsuro, who's the GOAT of this franchise, according to fans. I don't think he's that great, but he's the GOAT according to fans. Matsuro is the guy on the left, by the way. That's him right there. In the original storyline, Matsuro saved the universe by dying for it. The universe had temporarily died. And Matsuro had a choice to make. And his choice was like, "I'm going to sacrifice everything to save everyone." And that's what he did. And he was heralded as a hero for all the ages. But in this timeline, he did that. But then he hesitated. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute, dying though." Hold on a minute. So, and because those couple seconds he took hesitating to make a decision, the universe actually did die for good, basically.
Yeah.
And so, because of this, everybody was panicking and freaking out, and Makuta was angry because this was his whole plan was for Motoro to save the universe. Like he was actually writing, he put bets on Motoro saving the universe, so his plan is gone. He's like, fuck. And so everybody's fucked. But luckily the Turagas had an alternate plan in case this happened, because they were sitting on the island. They were like, well, what happens if the universe blows up? Should we just wait for the Toa to finish to save this planet? Should we have a backup plan? Luckily they came up with a backup plan. The plan was, we're all going to get as many people as we can, and we're going to go back to Matanui, which is outside the universe. So that was the best thing they could do. So they got everybody in. They got the Dark Hunters, everybody who was willing to go. And then the Brotherhood came in.
Apparently staying outside the universe kind of thing.
It's true, but that's how they frame it, and I like that they frame it that way. So they go to the island of Matanui, which is above Metronui, by the way, in case you forgot our map I showed earlier. And the Brotherhood of Makuta comes in. They're like, "Hey, let us up too!" And they go, "Get the fuck back down there!" It's a trash down. I like how they had no mercy for the Makuta because this was their fault, and they said, "You know what? You could die with the universe. I don't give a shit." So they fought them back.
Oh, we didn't think it was gonna get. Oh, we thought it was a prank. All right.
So they kicked their asses back to the pits of hell, and they let them die with the universe. And then all the Toa and the Matoran came out. The only problem was a lot of Matoran died, because you got to remember it was a whole universe they had to evacuate on short notice, and there was not enough time to save everybody. So a lot of people died. And instead of Mataro being this legendary hero that everyone revered, they called him a fucking he's a stain on the Bionicle history. Everyone hates this guy. And no one knows where he went. The Telemar also aren't really loved too, because they fucked up the universe. Well, at least they didn't say that, so people are mad about it. So Takanuva in this time period. Secret Wars? That's an interesting choice. I don't know about that. Well, I guess it is an alternate timeline, so I guess Takanuva took charge in this time period. Takanuva brokered peace between the rival factions, the Dark Hunters, the Rahibis. Even Rudaka was like, you know what, I'll help out, I guess. So there is a council. So even his inner council, this is why I thought it was an evil timeline, because his inner council is actually mostly villains and antagonists we've seen over the years. But actually they're in line.
I guess shows you how goated they were with the sauce. And you just didn't understand because they're evil.
So, Turaga Takanuva made a council that basically oversaw everything. But and he talks to Takanuva and he's like, listen, my Toa brethren, like I know you have an important mission to get with, but before you do, I gotta ask, can you help me with this one favor? And then I will send you back on your way. And he goes like, all right, what's the favor? So check this out. First off, we get Takanuva new weapons because they took away his old weapons, and so now he has a new Toa tool. This is unlike any Toa tool we've seen before. In the past, what Toa tools usually did was they focused your powers into the weapon, and so it was like, you combine your powers with the weapon of choice. This one actually multiplies your power tenfold, essentially. So this is probably one of the strongest Toa tools ever. Another thing we also have to keep in mind too, that Takanuva got hit with the Shadow Leech earlier in the last book he was in, so he doesn't have the full powers of light. He has half light, half darkness. So we gotta keep that in mind as well. Okay. Takanuva is given that weapon, and he's told, like, listen, we need to go to a mission. There's these creatures underground. Like, we're safe for the most part. Eventually, Matanui is going to fall apart. And if you know the twist of the book, you pretty much can surmise, like the twist of the series, you can surmise why Matanui isn't stabilized anymore. But they said that Matanui is destabilized. We don't know where to go yet. We're thinking about finding another island out there, but we don't know where that is. And some of us thinking maybe we should go even further into the stars and find a new place to go, like a new planet altogether. We're trying to figure it out. And but in the meantime, we have to keep Matanui safe. And there's some creatures down there that keep trying to get up to the surface, but we can't kill them really. Toa Pahatu from the Toa Nuva, he teamed up with like another Toa, and they tried fighting them off as much as they could, tried fighting them back in there and keeping them there, but they died in the process. So we're kind of at a stalemate. They can't get to us, but we can't get to them. But eventually they're gonna get through. And so we need you to like help us like get this under control. And Takanuva's like, great, but I need help from one person. And he goes to Mataro. This is his guy. This is his goal. Mataro in this timeline, though, he's kind of depressed. He's like, listen, bro, I fumbled saving the universe. What the fuck you want my help? He's like, well, listen, I'm just telling you that, like, I know you're a hero. I know you can do it. And he's like, you don't even know me. I don't even know what the fuck you are. What are you talking about? And he's like, but listen, where I'm from, you're the greatest Toa to ever live. He's like, oh, I see you're a crazy person. Okay, I understand. All right, I got it. And Takanuva was like, all right, listen, I'm not doing this pity party shit. You're coming with me, and you're going to make a name for yourself. I'm not going to let you be a loser in this timeline. This is not happening. So you're coming with me, all right? They get one more Toa on this mission. I have to bring up, I forgot this Toa's name, but it's important I bring him up. Something else happens later. Then they go down into the shadows where they look for their prey. Apparently, the person who was causing the most trouble wasn't any individual Rahi beast. It was the Makuta himself. Okay, Makuta actually survived the death of the universe. What happened was when the Brotherhood of Makuta was held back. They were all fighting for scraps. It was a winners takes all and everything. And Makuta played his game smart. He let them burn themselves out, and then he started killing some of them, and then he absorbed their bodies because any Makuta has the ability to take control of the bodies they kill. Basically, there's a brief moment where they can take over people's bodies if they kill them, essentially. And so he kept building up his energy, and then he just killed the rest of them. So now Makuta is 20 feet tall. And he's like, listen, I'm getting stronger every day, and I gotta say, I'm going to destroy your island. And they're like, well, why would you do that? Like, the universe is gone. He's like, because I just hate you. Like, I don't even understand. You were supposed to save the universe, and I was supposed to get my revenge on my brother. You ruined that plan for me. So I hate you. I hate this universe. I hate the Matoran. I hate the Dark Hunters. I hate everybody. And I especially hate you, Mataro. Because you were the guy who put my dead on, bro. And Mataro's like, whatever. So they fight. This fight actually gets brutal. There's a moment where the third Toa with them fucks up, and Makuta grabs him and crushes him in half. It's like crushes him like some cat shit. I'm like, oh my god. This is an important time to mention. I've noticed this since the first book. Greg Farshi has been trying to kill characters since the first book, and now we're at the point where Lego's like, all right, we don't care, just do what you want. And so now he's gonna start killing more characters as we keep going. So he kills a Toa. And Matsura gets fed up with this, and he's like, listen, this is when Makuta reads Takanuva's mind, and he goes, because he has one of the Makuta's powers can read minds, and he's like, oh wait, you're not from here. You're from another timeline. You're from the timeline where my plan is winning right now. I'm winning right now. Oh, this is so awesome. Okay, great. So I'm going to kill you, and then I'm going to go to that world. Basically, I can just finish my plan there. And he was just so happy. And then this is when Matsura realizes, like, and then Matsura's like, what is he talking about? And Takanuva's like, yeah, so in my timeline, you did die. You saved the universe, but you died doing it. Matsura's like, I saved the universe? Oh. Then I guess I know what I got to do. And so he forces Makuta to absorb his body. Like, he sacrifices his body to save Takanuva. And upon Makuta absorbing his body, there's a moment where he gets frozen. Like, Matsuro takes control of his body. And Takanuva, just angry, he's like a murderer! And he fires all his power at Makuta, and it's enough to kill him. Apparently what happened is a Makuta can take over your body, but if you have a strong enough will, you can dominate them instead. Normally, Matsuro would not. Go ahead.
No, just Makuta is crazy.
Yeah, I hate it too. I wish there was just a little one Makuta, but I hate it. Anyway, normally what happens when a Makuta Pterodax is strong enough to override everyone's minds. Like, if someone tried to do that to him, it normally wouldn't work. But I like the way they explain why Matsuro could do it. Makuta doesn't have anything anymore. Like, his whole thing was he wanted to do was just be in charge of the universe. It's gone. So he doesn't really have a strong will. He's just kind of reacting now. He just wants revenge. But that's not enough really to go on. He doesn't really have a will of his own anymore. His purpose is gone without Matanui. And
I disagree. I thought the moment he found out there's a universe where he's winning, that should have hiked this will back up to like 2,000%.
I think that's an
Here's the thing, because I can just have to kill you, and then I won. In fact, I'm gonna go there and then probably kill my other self.
Right.
And like, I know that should hire his will up to like top tier. I have a way to win. Finally.
I see the argument, but that's the reason he lost. He just didn't have the drive he used to. If this had happened before the universe died, he might have won that fight, but it was enough to kill him. So Takanuva and Matsuro saves the universe. And Takanuva says, listen, I'm going to go home, but not before you recognize that Matsuro sacrificed himself and actually saved you guys. And they said, okay, we'll build a statue for him. So they do. And so Matsuro's reputation is restored, essentially. which I thought was sweet. I thought that was sweet that Takanuva would stay so long just to make sure that happened. There wasn't really any danger, so I guess he was fine. Takanuva's like, listen, man, you're me and you're my homie, so I kind of want to see if you're willing to maybe stay and help us. He's like, nah, I gotta save my timeline.
I have a question. Does time pass while he's here?
Maybe like a couple days. He's maybe here for a couple days. Are you talking about in the main universe?
Yeah.
It's unclear. I think it's unclear. I don't know. I haven't gone to the third book yet, but it doesn't seem like time has passed. I'm willing to bet it doesn't. So,
But I only had him come back. It'll be like 4 years. The war got terrible.
Right.
So they're gallivanting, helping this guy's reputation, and we're dying.
Right. It's fucking losing. So Takanuva's like, all right, dog. It's been real, Taraga, but I gotta head out. Hopefully you guys will get okay. He's like, yeah, either we'll find another island or we'll go even to another planet. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But nice meeting you. And Brutaka takes him. That uses his mask. The Brutaka this time uses his mask to whisk him away. And theoretically, that should bring him home. But no, guys, because the next timeline is gonna get a little darker. So next time we meet Takanuva, which will be later in this episode, Takanuva will be in a darker version of reality where the Toa are the villains. But how did that happen? We'll get into it next time. All in all, I really love this book. This is such a great example of what a what if is to me. I'm just like, this is great. If you know the history of the Bionicles up to this point, you know all the little references. You know why things would change to be the way it is, and that's going to be consistent with this next book as well. So there's not a lot of really mental legwork you have to do to really catch up. And I also do like how Takanuva is compassionate towards Madara because he knows he's a hero. He just knows he just fumbled the bag, and if he had another chance, he would do it. So I did like how he was insistent on that, and I did like Makuda's thing. I always thought Makuda was an interesting villain in the sense where he just wanted to be respected. He just wanted to get the love and attention his brother got. So I love that when he can't have that anymore, he's kind of lost and empty, and he's just filled on hatred basically. And I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah, and another thing I liked, and I brought this up at the beginning of the episode, I liked how this version of Matsuno, even though the good guys didn't get what they wanted, it's not the worst ending in the world. Makuda did lose, and a lot of the Matoran are still alive to really, keep going. And it's not the universe is it's not like they're in the worst position possible. It's just that it's just not great. And I thought that added a new interesting element to this timeline. It wasn't anything that needed to be fixed or could be fixed. It was just more like, this is just what it is now. We have to learn to live with it. So, yeah, Very good book. This was Bionicle, The Kingdom. You can listen to it on Bionicle audiobooks. I recommend at least knowing some of the Bionicle lore up to this point, but if you've been following this channel, you should know it by now. What's up, Austin?
I said, yeah, Tevia.
Yeah. But yeah, great book. Next time we'll be seeing what an evil Toa universe looks like. So,
Gotcha. All right.
Oh, I forgot to mention, this is Takanuva's new armor. The silver armor is new. What do you guys think of it?
I think it's massive stupid. He look like an ant.
You're talking about the one on the left, right?
The one in the middle.
Oh, the one in the middle.
Yeah.
I look how big his mouth part looks with a hole in it.
If I didn't know any better, it kind of looks like he has a skull in his chest. So.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, I never liked this Takanuva. I like the gold white scheme he had, but it is what it is. I don't know. This is gonna be his look for the rest of the series, I think. So.
Gotcha. All right. I guess with that, we should probably move on. So we have 2 topics left to talk about. So
Tevia, please help me.
I saw one more book. I still have to do the other book.
What the hell?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the other okay after this. Okay.
Yeah, it's it, man.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Anyway, so we're talking about One World Under Doom finale, audience. Jake's savior has finally fallen. It's great.
Like I said, I think a lot of people's problem with this book would have been smoothed over if the book came out faster. But this is the longest event we had in Marvel for a long, long time.
Oh yeah, dude. There are some comics that started out as tie-ins to this book. They've already moved on to the next story before this issue even came out.
The main Fantastic Four book went on to the next story.
I know that's embarrassing. So yeah.
All right. I don't know if this is a writing problem or just Marvel just kept pushing it back and release for some reason. This should have been weekly at that point with 9 issues. plus the epilogue issue.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually really enjoyed the event. I know a lot of people didn't, but the follow up to everything Doom has been through and was doing.
I just like how this book on there's no ifs, ands, or buts, audience. It reestablished Doctor Doom as a villain. You could consider him an anti-hero. You consider him like, oh, he's actually saving his people. No. After you read this book, you gotta look at Doom as a villain.
I think that's the best part about it. Even the gods were like, couldn't even look at him anymore at this point. That shows how far Doom is falling his depravity from the mid leader he was. You want to play that? Because up until now, people don't know he was a good leader to his people, but he was a good leader because he kept them so far down.
Yeah,
they didn't have to worry about struggle and stuff because they weren't even in the modern day. They were basically Amish people, so he didn't take a lot to keep them happy and good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What are utopia? Right, audience, a place you want to move to. Right.
And that's why you have to explain to people. People say that panel, oh, if Doom take over the world be saved. I think I always said on this show, the only way the world be saved if you take away free will. And that's basically what Doom did in a sense.
Yep.
Because as long as people have different thoughts, it will lead to conflict, and that conflict will lead to somebody doing something to somebody else eventually.
Exactly.
But I think this book sums up a lot of the stuff with Doom. How this is a man who killed his first love just to do it. He didn't need to do it. And he sacrificed her to make armor. I don't know if y'all remember that skin armor.
I don't think about that, man. Tevye is saying this event felt like waste of time, in my opinion.
No, I think it took a lot of characters where they need to be besides Valerian.
I'm just happy it's portraying a villain as they should be, as a villain. I
think Doom needed this event for people of modern times to understand his relationship with Valeria. Because even me and Critter was talking about it a couple issues now, where it's like it's kind of hard to like her as she is still a fan of Doom. And this issue really does go over. I posted photos. You can go to the first one. I don't know if Mami Gatlin put up here.
Yeah, I got him.
But you have like here where it kind of details the weird love they have, and that it feels more like he imprinted on this baby than like
okay, Jacob, pop off.
Exactly, that's literally what it feels like.
Okay,
and that would make me more mad when I read it.
Like literally, the last panel in the bottom right-hand corner is her kissing Doom on the cheek. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
Let's be fair, she's still a little girl. It just looks bad.
Yeah. Okay.
But so Doom's always. We saw this earlier in Ryan North run where Reed had to send the children away to save them. He couldn't bring them back at the right time he thought he could. And Doom was so mad that he tried. Well, it was like 1,000 sometimes that he kept failing. It was like, fuck it. I guess I can't do it.
Oh, yep.
But Doom's. A lot of people didn't think Doom's love for Larry was real. It's real. It's real. I think this issue pretty much sums it up. That this is the only person in the world he cares about.
Yeah.
And I also think this is the main reason why he had that whole weird family obsession thing he had for a while and writing comics. Where even in Secret Wars, when he took Reed's family, he didn't take the Reed family that you know. It was really just a Fantastic Four where Reed had died. So he just took them. It wasn't the ones you knew.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
But you go to the next issue. Next picture, I think.
Yeah. Dude, I really should have gone the soundtrack of Darth Vader's. No.
That's basically what it was. I kind of wanted to tell you to do it, but I forgot. So we knew from 29.9, the crossover, that Doom did something that he regretted. And it was kill all the heroes. But the last shot in 29 was him lingering on the Phanatics 4. So we kind of should have known he accidentally killed Valeria. The problem is because he killed her by accident. He, like they said, we went over how much he loved her. It was an accident. He wasn't supposed to be here.
She was caught in the crossfire.
So. Yeah, she teleported in to try to convince Doom to stop. At the moment he exploded his armor, to kill the last remaining heroes who were alive, which included her parents.
Yep.
But actually, they didn't die, which is funny.
Yep.
So the whole Doom didn't undo that. That's why I thought it was funny. So he really just beat them, and he was going to freeze them this moment where he beat them. We thought he killed everybody, but he literally only killed her because he exploded his armor like an idiot in the last minute. So we get a scene of reading them grieving her. We'll go over later.
Gotcha.
And like I said, you get this impactful panel, but the problem is, I don't think Ryan North knows that fans don't like Valeria like they used to. Valeria was interesting because she was smart and she didn't have powers with her brother who had all the power, but he wasn't that smart. But over time, they made Franklin smarter, and then they also took his power away. So now they're just damn near two regular kids when they're together. Which kind of took away a lot of her uniqueness. And then you have the thing like here, where I believe I had the next panel picture. Go ahead.
Yep.
Let me see. Oh, okay. Go back. Never mind. That wasn't what I thought it was.
Okay.
But you have the one of Doom cradling her body, and as he locks her own parents away from holding their kid. It's like, fuck you, bro.
Wow.
But Valeria's love for Doom has become a serious problem, especially when you return Doom back to a villain. And that's how this book ends when we get there. Because we'll talk with Kara in the chat, in our server, and people hate Valeria now.
Yeah.
She saw her father's face get ripped apart, and was still like, let me go talk to Doom and just get this all resolved. Like it was just a casual day.
Let me go talk to Uncle Doom. Like,
and I understand it's supposed to be one of those situations where she's so smart that she's like, at the end of the day, everything's gonna work itself out, but it's gonna be back to how it was. But that doesn't make her endearing as a character.
Yeah.
Go to that photo.
Right.
So
there.
I really got this one for the dialogue of Doom having to start to sacrifice himself. And people don't know, Doom went to multiple gods. He went to the Tiger God, the god who first kind of saw him back in the Doom and Wakanda Doom. Where do we call Black Panther Doom? The Doom War. That's what it was.
Okay.
He went to every god he can think of, asked for help. They basically said, "Man, fuck you. You didn't care. You ain't never prayed us beforehand."
Man, it is amazing how often, people come back to life, yet it's this specific situation where, someone dies and now it's impossible to bring someone back to life. Like, damn.
I just like that. I'm like, you've been kind of an asshole every time we knew you. We're not helping this man.
Yeah.
I was surprised he didn't go something like, make her a Ghost Rider, please. that was my first thought. Anytime I think someone coming along, you think of making a deal. If every Spider-Man can make the deal, he can make the deal. All right.
Right.
But he goes to the Living Tribunal of all people, and Living Tribunal doesn't look at him at first, and he actually gazes at Doom, and he looks and he says this: the Living Tribunal who could destroy the great king with less than a thought, looked into his soul, and he saw the usual bullshit, the rage, the guilt, the regret, the ambition, all that. But then he saw something he never seen in Doom before. And then I was trying to think of any time that Doom probably looked at Doom. And it probably really just Secret Wars. Every Secret War event.
Yeah.
Like with that time probably he took Galactus' power.
I would call that.
And even he's talking about like the pure love that Doom finds for his goddaughter.
Oh boy.
And he was impressed by this. So he took Doom's. Go to the next picture. I don't remember what it is at this point. You can go.
Well, the next one is the one where with Reed and Dr. Doom having their dialogue with each other.
Oh, okay. So we'll wait till we get there.
Yeah.
And Living Tribunal says you don't have anything to trade, and Doom trades all of himself to repair
That son of a bitch Reed did it again.
Valeria and what the place called, bro? I can't remember his name right now.
Bavaria?
Latveria. There you go.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Valeria, bro.
Hey,
It's blowing my mind. He said restore
Hey,
Valeria,
Jake.
Latveria to where it was and save Valeria's life.
Mhm,
And he'll get all of himself.
mhm,
And Love Torpedo surprisingly takes that.
mhm. Hey,
I was
Jake.
very surprised.
That son
I
of a
don't think
bitch.
Doom is that great of a prize. Okay.
That son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. Reed. He knew if his daughter was on the battlefield, if he failed, Doom would
He
kill
didn't know
him.
that. He didn't know that. She literally teleported in right before Doom did that attack.
You gotta think like a scumbag, bro. You're not thinking like Reed does, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Jake.
Think about this. No other kid ended up on the battlefield.
Yeah.
I mean, Valeria did though. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, Jake, look at it this way, right? Dr. Doom could finally say he did something that Reed Richards has never done before, and that's hit Valeria. Like, damn, abused her.
Led to a panel that I did hate. Without talking about Valeria being unlikable, her final when she wakes up, and she like Doom said Doom said and did what he said he was going to do at the beginning of this book, and he saved me. Now I'm looking at you like, motherfucker, he killed you.
Let me read Tevia's comment. I don't hate Valeria Richards, but I just don't like they made Doom basically a coward who said, "Screw my plans of taking over the world. I'm going to give up my powers and go home." Nah, he
They're not being a coward though.
No, he's dead.
They're a coward being scared to do something. He lost them when they gave it up to save them. That's what, if anything, that's braver than what he usually do.
Yep, but man, I just gotta say, yeah, going back to what Austin was saying, that page, like Valeria comes back to life, and her actual family comes at her. She's like, "Doom saved me."
Hey, you know what's funny?
Wow.
Oh wait, my bad. About your comment about him being a coward, that's usually what happens though. When he first, the 2 times we had ultimate power before Secret War 2015, he just gave it up. Galactus power, gave it up. When he used what the guy's name, the Purple Man, to control the world, he kind of just gave it up.
Zebediah Kilgrave. He used Zebediah's powers.
He used that, and that was a big sign in the book.
Yep.
Wonder Man book. Wonder Man was the only person not affected, and Doom just kind of gave it up.
Have I mentioned how much I don't like Zebediah Kilgrave?
No one likes that character. He's just a good villain because it's easy to be an asshole.
Okay, he's also like a rapist too, but that's a story for another day.
It's easy with someone with that power to be written as a terrible character. I think that's what I meant.
If there's one thing we should be taking away out of this discussion, everybody, is that we need to have more villains be hated again. You know, not this whole sympathetic, anti-heroes or
Bionicle got you covered. All right.
Yeah, we might have to read more Bionicle on the channel. It might just have to be a Bionicle podcast at this point.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I can't. I'm not gonna read Bionicle stuff. Dude.
So Valeria consistently chooses Doom, and to see Doom. So I defended this in our channel, so I don't want to sound like a hypocrite. I defended this in Hot Topics to a degree, to Carr, because I don't mind Valeria and Reed seeing the best in Doom. Reed has done it continuously. Reason Doom even like left Johnny behind was half because he needed Doom to actively their dead to watch him move on with his life, which is why we got Infinite Iron Man in the first place. But that's the difference between Reed and her. Reed still is going to beat the dog shit to dude about it. It isn't there. Valeria saw him kill all these people, torture on people, and still just wanted to talk it out. Like it was going to make up what he did. It isn't there.
Yeah.
He died. She died. And she just instantly forgave him. It could be like a little bit of resentment.
Well, I mean, he brought her back.
Keep in mind, he also brought back Cassie as well. So.
He sliced her up.
Spider-Man can say someone the same day and be hated on by that person, all right? We see Spider-Man save a person, and that same person like, this man tried to rob me. But it's fine as a character. Like if it was treated as a character flaw, that she could always forgive Doom no matter what he did, I think it would be fine. But they always use it as a way to like show the good in Doom and it kind of makes her look terrible. The more horrible stuff he does to their family.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about a man who literally sent your own brother to hell, and your brother was having nightmares and about that for years until Ben helped him stop.
Yep, and that's
Well,
overlooked.
there's so much. He ripped her father apart on live TV. Everyone thought he was dead until he confirmed he wasn't dead. They thought he was dead, like full on.
Yep. Hey Valeria, after this, I would like you to take a tour on Dr. Doom's prison camp. You know, where he was.
Yeah, in the Will of Doom, I need her to see the horrors of what Doom was doing in his own camp. I really need her to see that.
Yeah,
and she still feels the same way. We might have to talk about this character again.
Yeah, look what he did to Thaddeus Ross, after all, and a whole bunch of other people that were kidnapped, tortured, experimented on before this event started.
He does have one thing going for him right now, and y'all are gonna have to hear me out on this, okay? He hates Hydra, and he was ready to go beat their fucking asses, but then the Avengers Academy pulled up, and he was like, God fucking damn it.
Wait, I forgot. Is Zemo dead?
I don't know.
I don't care because he's not relevant right now. So you know.
Zemo, like I remember.
But Sin is still alive. Red Skull's daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, the only reason I say that is because like I remember this event started because Zemo was going to take his taking his Hydra.
Oh yeah, yeah, Zemo is dead. Yeah, a lot of people got killed or replaced with robots.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. So
okay. Yeah, that did happen. He killed the Hydra people and replaced them. In like issue 2, I think.
Gotcha. All right.
But the thing with Valeria is, I think they need to go ahead and pull the trigger on her character and fully just make her the heir to Doom. So long as you have her want to stick by her family and be like family, and they keep doing this family first stuff, but at every moment she can, she chooses Doom over her own family. It kind of hurts the premise.
Yeah.
And and the fact they just always just immediately forgive her. Like, I at least want Franklin to be mad. We just saw that get murdered. You immediately ran to go hug this guy. you know something. But they never give you that. That's why I was so excited for the Sorcerer Supreme thing and her to be in, like, her to potentially win. Because you will start her down that own Doctor Doom path. Where she's not the same character, but she at least like trying to master the same stuff. Is there a better way to connect them to just no matter what you do, I'm going to love and forgive you because I can. Go to the next picture.
All right, the one with Reed. I like this dialogue.
You want to read it?
All right, yeah. So basically, before Doom has his big send off, he wants to have a private discussion with Reed. And Reed, Dr. Doom being who he is, he's trying to tell Reed, go ahead, say it, enjoy it, your fruits of your labor. And Reed gives the comeback. Instead of helping people, you helped yourself. You made fascism appealing, even attractive. You sold it to good people as a reasonable option, and it destroyed all it touched, including yourself, Victor.
It reminds me of certain people. It reminds me of certain people now in our real world.
Yeah, but everybody was like, so before this event, I kept seeing so many people wanting to move to Latveria, and that always annoyed me. Like,
every time I said I wanted to move to Latveria, I was always joking because, like, I don't know.
It's hard to see who's joking and who's being realistic because, like, everybody's like saying, "Let's go all move to Wakanda. That's a better place." But like,
I was fine with it before this event because when they were just like stuck in the past. You can kind of make the argument about the Hydra thing from Captain America. It's Captain America 2, please. Not in comics. I promise, not comics.
Yeah.
But in Captain America movie 2, it was the whole thing about security versus freedom. Yeah. You remember? Like, how much freedom are you willing to give up to be safe?
Yeah.
And like, if you're willing to give all your freedom to live in Latveria, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. I'm going to stop you now. But I want to stop you then.
Yeah, if you don't mind having like a weapon pointed at you the entire time and calling it protection, which is what happens in Latveria. Like, there's a reason why
Doom can hear you when you pray. You know that, right? Like, if you say something about Doom, you get messed up.
There's a reason why all the citizens in Latveria love Doom is because Doom has already taken out anybody who oppose him in Latveria. You know.
Yeah, you also have like more people are like turned into that. It's almost a cult type thing where you're raised to believe God is like your hero, your God, your God, your God Emperor Doom. Basically, they go to church to pray to Doom. They have literally a thing called Doomsday where they throw a party for Doom. It's called Doomsday.
There's statues of
Guys,
Doom
roll
all over
credits. He
Liberia.
said the title. He said the title of the movie.
There you go. There you go. Tevia saying, I would never live there. Neither would I, Tevia, because I'm happy where I'm at.
I had to bring up this panel because a lot of people were accusing this event of making fascism appealing. I was like, that's the point, though.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, I read the Tigers, the Dooms Division book. Okay, I read that book, and knowing what I know, no, we ain't doing this shit again. Okay.
No.
Like,
we're already living in a similar hellhole. I don't want to deal with this shit in my comics.
The point was to give an alternate type of answer than like the Watchmen did. When the Watchmen came up to the same situation, where I can keep a secret and have everyone live in this fascist lie type thing, or I can tell the truth knowing that all the people just gonna wish we went to the lie. But like in this situation, where everyone but Liberia was living good lives at this point. I can shatter the illusion at the cost of everything, or I can let them live and lie. I did appreciate the heroes actually talking about it. I know a lot of people don't.
Type shit.
But having Thor of all people, like I have a king. We have a king. Odin wasn't, great all the time, but it worked out in a sense. So, like having someone just bring up any argument, what's interesting to see because you don't ever get that.
No.
Obviously, we knew it wasn't going to land or stay. Like I don't know why people are like panicking about it, but I did appreciate them at least trying to do a conversation about it.
Exactly.
They didn't do it that well, to be fair.
Listen, guys, at the end of the day,
I'm
these
just
are
saying
nice
this
arguments.
event should have ended as quickly as Blood Hunted, okay?
These are nice arguments and all for why we should have world peace, but you forgot we're a comic brand. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, right, we're a comic brand that works under Disney. That works under Disney, you know how Disney is.
The whole thing, the whole reason this conversation even happens is that Reed does not believe Doom is dying. He thinks we are fucking with him, like taunting him and shit. And I thought that was funny as hell. Do we have the other picture or this it?
Yeah, we do have one more picture. It's the mask.
Yeah.
Okay,
I made fun of this in the opening. I need y'all to see this. Doom dies. He said, I leave my future and everything to you. Take care of Valeria. Well, nigga, that's my daughter. The fuck you mean take care of Valeria? I didn't get her killed.
Yeah.
But Jake, as you can see, this dumb asshole put his wheel in his mask. And it wasn't even a full mask.
Yeah. The letter is real small, but I'll try reading the bottom part at least. I hereby revoke all former wills and condolences made by me, and hereby declare and demand that all that I possess, own, or rule, including my nation of Bavaria, shall be thrown to whosoever first manages to, and that's where it ends. I
didn't even give her like a 10%.
I was really surprised he didn't leave it to his actual heir, who was that guy from the other book, or Valeria.
He's gonna give her like a 10%
the first person to do this gets my Valeria is weird.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. He loves Valeria more than he loves his own son. Audience, keep that in mind.
He couldn't give Valeria 10%. What a fucking.
I know what that's like.
To be fair, I do not think that guy's his actual son.
I'm just saying, like, I did see some glimpses of what the next. We're going to still get a Will of Doom issue.
Yeah, we have a Will of Doom, the Dungeon of Doom, and then one more other Doom type thing. But you don't have to read those if you don't want to. They're not part of the event.
I'm just saying, I don't even think like this lasted how long? Like a year? Like over a year?
Yeah.
It's about to end now. I think it started in like February.
I think it still lasted way too long because like most events. Most events fucking long, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, most Marvel guys used to the 5-issue event, so doing one that's 10 randomly, and then let it be this spaced out. It was damn near a monthly book, and I'm like, why? Like Chris said, other books had to move on already for how long it took.
Yeah, it's amazing since this event was a last minute sort of thing at the end of the day. Because remember, they wanted this to be a placeholder instead of the King events. Let's
Yeah.
see, Tevye saying, wasn't that son basically brainwashed? Well, he got
I
sent
don't
to the
remember
future.
anymore, bro.
Well, he got sent into the future by the end of his Superior Avengers tie-in.
Yeah, man. That dude came and then disappeared so fast, I forgot about him. He showed back up at the event.
It's okay. He had a good he had a good last few days. Austin. I
Yeah,
mean, he got to have
he got laid.
Yep, he got to have amazing sex with that female Killmonger. So yeah.
It's still crazy to think that the last child Wakanda decided to take their biggest enemy's name, like for some reason.
Oh my god, dude, man!
It didn't mean nothing. It literally sets up so much stuff with Doom dying and them taking stuff for like beer, depending on what they reveal.
Yeah, from what I saw, like in the
also, don't forget we're getting Wanda as Sorcerer Supreme because of this.
Oh. And we got a new Wiccan design too, guys. Just letting you know. We got a new Wiccan design and I like it.
I'm glad you like it then.
There we go, you know. Based on
Plus,
this,
I would rather have Wanda as Sorceress Supreme than
no,
Doom
Wanda will be the worst. Wanda will be a way worse
here's
Sorcerer
the thing.
Supreme.
Here's the thing. It depends on what era she is and what her mental state is. Right now, she's doing all right. But if this was like House of M, fuck.
Oh God, no!
Because of how her magic works, I think it fundamentally goes against what the Sorcerer Supreme does and needs to do.
Okay, I have a question. I have a genuine question.
Yeah.
Who would you want to be Sorcerer Supreme? It could be anyone.
I would choose Wiccan. If I had to actually choose a magic user, it would have been Wiccan or Drum.
Okay.
For me,
Wiccan would have put into work to become a proper Sorcerer Supreme with his powers included.
No, and here's the thing about that. Austin. In the future, according to Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme, he does become a Sorcerer Supreme, and he has a kid. Who gave birth to this kid? I don't know, but knowing the nature of Wiccan and Hulkling's powers, they are able to do it.
Yeah. Keep up the family tradition. Have Wiccan create.
Well, to be fair, with Hulkling's powers, they can, become a girl and have a
They
kid.
could actually conceive a child, and one of them can't carry it. Yes.
Yep.
But
see.
Yeah, Wiccan. No, to be fair, everybody just wants Strange back. He done died. He done died and been revived and lost his title 3 times in 5 years.
God damn, dude. Damn.
It feels like they had to bring him back every time he has a movie and or about to show up in a film and then kill him off immediately after.
Oh, damn.
But yeah, Wiccan would have been my pick because Wiccan would have studied all the stuff. His magic doesn't inherently go against the order that the Sorcerer Supreme is supposed to do.
He and Tommy are supposed to be like the demiurge kind of thing going on.
Exactly.
Which we were gonna get more of that in Avengers Academy if Marvel didn't fucking cancel it, like they cancel all of the books I like.
Wanda, with how chaotic her power is, how strong Wanda is and chaotic her power is right now, giving her more power because the way they establish Sorcerer Supreme now is you to literally take a piece of the soul of the last person and their power and abilities and stuff and all their knowledge into yourself to become Sorcerer Supreme after them.
Wanda
that's how Doom
does know
did
what
it
it's like to deal with Doom's bullshit, so.
Yeah.
And children's
I just think with her already having probability and hex and magic, I don't think she needs Sorcerer Supreme abilities too, on top of that.
I feel like if she was the only option, I think that would be fine, but there are other people. Like, I would find it interesting if Ileana got the Sorcerer Supreme title.
I don't want her to have it because she already has one. She's still called the Sorcerer Supreme of Limbo.
Yeah, but I think it'll be interesting.
I like it in the What If book. The What If Doctor Strange trains her is my favorite series. It has that and Doctor Strange the End. That's my favorite Ileana and Doctor Strange stuff. Period.
I know if she did become Sorcerer Supreme, I know Pixie would be pissed. Look, Magic stole like 2/5 of her soul, okay?
To be fair of Wanda, she's a lot better than the other options of just randomly Gambit, Storm, who's they just keep retconning to have more magic and magic stuff for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one more person I remember I hated, but I can't even name them right now.
Man, I forgot that list too. All I know is
Oh yeah, just going back to Clea like nothing mattered.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's what it is. So that's One World Under Doom, audience. We still have the epilogue issue next time, and I'm surprised that's how silent Jake was in this.
Well, because listen.
Well, Reed didn't mess up enough. Okay.
Well, I mean, he did put Valeria in danger to save the universe.
Oh my god. Okay, look who's rewriting history here, audience.
I'm not rewriting anything, all right?
Yeah, but you really sound like J. Jonah Jameson. I want you to know that.
Yeah. Bugle. Jameson's writing, bro.
Anyways, I'm gonna go because I got things to do. But I'll talk to y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, thanks for joining.
Let's hope my phone doesn't want to crap out at me the moment I leave this call. So, wish me luck. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Witch. So, alrighty.
Speaking of that, you notice he stole the Eye of Agamotto and the other thing from all the other people who were supposed to be chosen to be Sorcerer Supreme? Like, Gavin having the Eye of Agamotto was the only reason he was even in the running.
Didn't what's her name? Black Cat steal the Eye of Agamotto not too long ago?
No, there are two eyes now. I don't know, man.
Whatever. Okay. Tevia saying, in my opinion, but I am glad you liked this event more than I did because this felt nothing happened. There was just some conversations.
I think, I understand, but it just stuff happened. It just took too long to come out. It's just the ramifications came too long to come out. To be honest, I'll give you that.
That's what it is, you know.
Yeah.
So.
We are kind of back in square one, just Doom's dead. But the Fallout and stuff should have a lot of stuff happen based on everything you keep talking about.
Oh, we're going to be talking about the Fallout tomorrow when I talk about my comics. Red Hulk the GOAT, I got to say, audience, to join us tomorrow when we talk about that. But, all right, then. Do you have any final thoughts on this before we move on, Austin, to the last topic?
Down with Wanda. They only did this to make us force people to buy this book.
I got one more book. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but
okay, sorry. All right. Okay. So anyway, since we have two more topics to talk about, let's move on to the next one. All right. So
yeah, this is gonna be quick.
Yep. Planet of the Apes to cross over with the Fantastic Four.
I was gonna say something.
I get why, but I hate why.
They have the most randomest crossovers, I swear.
Go ahead, Jim. What you about to say?
I was gonna say like out of pocket about Reed, but I'm not gonna do it.
That's very racist, Jake. I don't like
Jake, I already know what you want the apes to do. You want them to lobotomize Reed like they did to that one astronaut in the first movie. Like, damn, 30 apes. Like,
I would have called. My only contribution to this is I would have called this Doom of the Planet of the Apes. And then,
wow.
Yeah, I think it's funny that no matter what they do with Planet of the Apes, they love, and also crossover, they go with the original films. Even though most comic fans did not watch those films.
I watched it.
We are older.
Yeah, I love the Planet of the Apes audience.
Yeah, but the problem is this had an actual successful, well-known reboot franchise that people loved, and they refused to do stories with. And that's still ongoing.
Wow.
Rise and Dawn and all them, and War for Planet Apes are some people's favorite. People call it the most complete trilogy for a lot of people.
Okay. To be fair, there's probably some legal reasons of why they can't do crossovers with that adaptation of the Planet of the Apes, but something as old as like the original, it's more flexible to do. You know,
so. I get it. It's just funny.
Mm-hmm.
And because the Fantastic Four has monkey versions of themselves, you could have done a whole thing.
Speaking of that, we did see like one preview image of this. We see all the members in the Fantastic Four. They all been depowered. You notice that because Ben Grimm is back to being human, and now they're all chained up, collared, and their clothes are ripped, and they're summoned to the Council of the Apes. Wow. Now,
of course, if they had their power, there'd be no threat here. Ain't nobody scared of these dudes.
I know, right? Yeah.
It's just funny. Why do you think they keep randomly giving Fantastic Four crossovers?
Man, okay, they're doing it with Planet of the Apes. They're doing it.
We just had Gargoyles as well.
Yeah,
They came out of blue.
Yeah, I know they're doing it with someone. Oh yeah, they did it with Flash recently. So yeah, yeah.
At
I
least
guess
Flash was a part of the whole big thing they were already doing. This came out of nowhere. There was no hype for this. No one's reading Planet of the Apes comics right now and saying, "Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait for a Fantastic Four crossover."
Yeah, I'm looking at who's going to be writing it.
I don't even know if they got an ongoing book right now. At least Gargoyle's ongoing.
Let's see. It's being written by Josh Trujillo. Never heard of them before, so yeah, I'm not looking too good.
Yeah, there's also that. Like I have no idea. There's no hype around this for me. Besides the fact that we all watched this franchise before.
Yeah, I'll still buy it. I'll still check this book out because audience.
I'm gonna check it out, of course. I don't know how interesting it can be besides read blowing their mind. No, actually, April 1st, and also we're the center of the universe. All the read like, hey, look, bro, you don't know how wrong you are. Okay,
you're talking about read. What are you gonna do when they see the thing, bro?
No, he's depowered.
I want to see. Yeah,
he's depowered.
Yeah, I want to see the apes get their minds blown at the fact that a human is the smartest being on the world. You know, like
just wait till they see Reed like make a rocket ship out of like a stick and some gum.
Exactly, you know. So
yeah, I remember. But people got to remember. I don't know if anyone read the Planet of the Apes books. The Planet of the Apes books, they are very technical, like technology wise. They are very high, like future tech stuff. But in the movie, they just made them kind of modern day tech, but they're monkeys.
Yeah, the reason they did that, well, the original premise of Planet of the Apes was that they wanted the apes to look so much more advanced, like decades ahead of modern time. But for budgetary reasons, they couldn't do that, so they just resorted to making their technology very primitive. You know,
that's why what they did in the movies when they got past the original trilogy, they did the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes and stuff.
Yeah,
but we don't get what we want. But yeah, seeing their powers for the first time is obviously gonna blow their minds. But I really just want to see Reed just casually outdo them in science, where they're all because I don't know if people remember the original one. If y'all haven't seen it, everybody you meet except for the guards are gonna act like they're like this great intellectual and just be totally wrong about everything. It's funny that because they don't know the truth, and watching them slowly learn the truth over the course of the film. And the guy on the left here, the ape on the left at the bottom, try to hide the truth because he knew. The whole film is very funny once you know beforehand.
That's true.
They were shocked that a human can talk. Reed's going to make them shit themselves. They're going to try to kill Reed immediately.
Oh wow, that is true. I know
these are my type of people. All right, okay.
No, Jake. He's gonna want to keep the body of Reed Richards in the cage.
I'm gonna see the blonde ape. That's gonna be me in that book. That's my representation.
Yeah. Reed. What they'll do is they'll probably keep Reed to study Reed, or they'll instantly kill him. The person who will get lobotomized will probably be the thing because he's gonna try to fight them the whole time.
That's true. So
Sue will get saved by the Planet of the Apes main character, and I don't know how we're done. Knowing Johnny, he might fall for a female ape, bro. I can't trust this guy anymore.
He's going to kiss an ape. Okay, that's
it'll be like the reboot. It'll be like the second reboot.
Yeah,
that I'll give more.
It's a Mark Wahlberg film where they got kiss Michael Jackson's ape.
Okay, I'll give more of a pass with Johnny kissing an ape as opposed to him having sex.
Bro, we saw that he liked 4-legged alien things now. Okay, I don't put anything past him.
That is beyond I don't know. Nobody knows.
You're telling me the first real connection he has, they fall in love, had to be something so out the realm. To try to make them different.
That was just random nonsense. But yeah, go ahead. We already had a whole discussion about that when that came out. Audience, go look at that video if you get a chance. So yeah.
Yeah. So like that, I'm moderately hyped. I'm sure it's going to be fun. Well, if read correctly, it could be fun.
Yeah.
I do wonder how far in the Planet Apes they're going to go. Because I like to just redo the first movie. He just goes with instead of the first guy landing, it's 4 lands before him.
Mm-hmm.
If this is their first interaction with people at all, I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
But
all right, man.
Well, let's move on to Jake and Shelley's final book.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I kind of got lazy. I tried coming up with a thumbnail for this one. I could not do it, so I'm just gonna show.
So you're a failure. Okay.
I couldn't do it because Bionicle's a niche fan base. There's not that many artwork for it. It's effort making this work. Okay.
The weirdest trivia, he's calling you niche.
Yeah, well, I'm niche. I'm in the niche fan base. All right, but anyway, we are back. I've been hyping this book up for a minute. I didn't know there were 2 multiverse stories, but this is apparently the second one and the last one, as far as I'm aware.
I see that the black man on the cover. I don't know how I feel about that.
I did some. This is Takanu, the same character from before. This is So I looked up, like, why did Greg Farshey want to do a random multiverse story? It just kind of comes out of left field. And apparently, it's because when he was younger, he liked science fiction, and he liked alternate universe stories and also like nonfiction stories, and that was kind of something he wanted to try with this stuff. And I think he really does subscribe to the idea of like a what if in the most purest form, because that's surprisingly, I thought there's going to be another universe entirely. No, this is still a what if story. So, So last time we already know what happened last time. Takanuva, saved one timeline and he's on his way back home, but this time he winds up in Metro Nui. Only this Metro Nui is a bit more imperial. There's these little there's these statues of the Toa, not the Toa Nuva, the Toa Mata, which is the Toa Nuva before that's like the pre-Toa Nuva. This is before they got the upgrade. He says they look a bit different, so it might even be a different interpretation of them. He's like, what the fuck? What's going on? He sees a Matoran he's familiar with. He's like, oh, Kaparu, what's up, dog? He's like, yo, get the fuck away from me. He's like, whoa, chill.
Whoa.
Kaparu, it's me. Like, what are you doing? Like, yo, yeah, I know it's you, dog. Yeah, nice to see you. Just leave me alone, bro. It's like he was like, dog, I'm not I don't know what's happening. I'm not gonna hurt you. Just calm down. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm fine. Listen, I'm chill. Don't hurt me. And,
you're giving him the ick, bro.
Right. so then Tahu and Kopaka appear behind Takanuva. He's like, yo, turn around. Let me see you. He's like, what's up? Oh, it's you guys. What's going on, guys? He's like, where are your papers? What? I kid you not. They asked for his identification tablet. Like they're Nazis, basically. I was like, okay, here we go. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm your friend. I'm like I'm not your friend. I'm really like your teammate, but I'm on the team. And they're like, oh, okay, this guy's crazy. Let's bring him to jail. So they bring him to jail. He's like, what the fuck is happening? Takanuva turns around. There's a dude in his cell. He's like, what does he see? The guy in his cell is him. Just to be more specific, Takua, the original version of Takanuva before he became a Toa. And he's like, and so he's like, okay, I must be in another timeline again. This is bizarre. What happened here? And then we get the backstory. There was a book that came out during the Toa Mahi saga. I loosely covered it, but I asked at the time, what the fuck was the point of this book? Because it was so random. It had nothing to do with anything. And it did have you did see there was some Easter egg to it in the main book. It was just weird. There was this Toa named Toa Tuvia. This is back in the time of Toa Likan. In case people forgot, Toa Likan was the All Might of the Bionicle universe. He was the goated Toa. His whole team got killed by the Paraka back in the day, by a Paraka attack. And he was the last survivor. And it was him and Nadiki and Kreka. And then eventually Kreka and Nadiki betrayed him. And he became the guy holding Metro Nui down by himself. He was the GOAT. Okay. There was a story called The Many Deaths of Toa Tuvia. And Toa Tuvia was this Toa, a water Toa. And she came to Likan and she was like, listen, these Dark Hunters are after me, and they said they want this thing called the Nui Stone. And I don't have it, but they said that every day I don't give it to them, they're going to kill a random Matoran. I need your help to kill all those Matoran. I mean, to save all those Matoran. And Likan's like, I got you. Don't worry. Me and Nadiki, we're on the shit. We got it. And so eventually Likan does find the Dark Hunters, but he finds it strange, the way the situation seemed a bit odd to him. And he was like, okay, So he doesn't report it right away. He waits an extra day to see what happens. Another Matoran dies. He goes to Toa Tuvia and she's like, oh, guy, dude, I think there's more Dark Hunters out there. He's like, no, there's not. You said there was 3 of them. I dealt with all 3. And guess what? Another Matoran died. You killed him. She's like, what? I know you did it. You actually do have the Nui Stone. And he's like, okay, you got me. I do have the Nui Stone. The Nui Stone is important because the Nui Stone gives the ability to amplify your powers 100-fold. It's like the Zeo Crystal in Power Rangers. It does it over time. The longer you have it, the stronger you get, essentially. Yeah. Until Tuviat found it, and it made her like a million. It's making her stronger the longer she has it. And the Dark Hunters wanted it, but like they weren't really that pressed about it. Like they weren't killing Matoran over. They were just like, give it to us. But she didn't want to tell Lee Khan she had it, and she tells Lee Khan like, hey, like for what it's worth, like. This stone, we can destroy the Dark Hunters. We can destroy everybody. Like, no one will stand in our way. Just join me. And Lee Khan didn't do it. So Lee Khan and Nadiki teamed up, and they wound up beating her in the end. And that's how the story. And then she wound up getting escorted away, and she was imprisoned in the depths of Marinui, where she would eventually die. We see her corpse in the Marinui saga. Oh, and so, like, yeah, like Great Far, she loves death, bro. I swear this would be a Lego story if it wasn't for Lego. Okay, So, but in this timeline, Toa Tuvia didn't lose. In fact, she killed Lee Khan and Nadiki. And because there was no, like, moral center for the Toa organization, Tuvia convinced the other Toas, like, hey, like, just saying, like, not for nothing, but, like, peace in our time, am I right? Like, Ultron type shit? They're like, yeah, I guess. And so because of her, the Toa took over. They just, well, no one's going to stop us. They kind of took over everything. I do like, and you're probably wondering, well, what happened to Makuta in this timeline? I mean, like, he didn't take that lying down. Well, if you know your timeline of events, Makuta hadn't really done his plan yet. Like, he was in the middle of doing it. Like, he hadn't done the part where he put Matanui in a coma yet. And this just kind of randomly happened. So they kind of just all ran to Makuta and just jumped the fuck out of him, basically. Yeah. They just beat the dog shit out of him. And then they put him in a prison cell with all the other Makuta, and they said, I'm taking your mask, by the way. We're putting this shit on the wall. So, like, there. And I was like, damn, poor Makuta. So yeah, because of this, the Toa Empire began. And it has been, by the way, this has been going on for 35,000 years, apparently. So,
God, dude.
And there's some things that haven't happened because there was no need. The telemetry that we know never existed because those were just a bunch of losers who had mundane jobs and they were made Toa. So there's really no need to have them be like warlords and shit like that. We also find out something else I found heartbreaking and interesting. Jala, who's Takanuva's best friend in his timeline, Jala is an insane fanatic. Like, he is about this cause. He's like, yeah, Toa-Tuvi, give me my mission, bro. What can I do for you next? Let's go. It's like, oh shit. So Jala is like our top enforcer. Anyway, Takanuva gets escorted to like the Brotherhood of Makuta, where he's going to be executed and everything. He's also freed Taraga Duma as well. Taraga Duma's with him, but it's not really, it's kind of nebulous at this point. And Takua's with him, and Takua's like, I like that you have a moment where Takua is back to his young, immature self. So Takanuva's like, oh shit, I forgot I was annoying back then. Holy shit. But he runs into Makuta, and Takanuva's like, yo, Makuta, what the fuck happened to you? He's like, dog, they beat the fuck out of me. I'm not the guy I used to be, but listen, I'm going to kill you anyway. Like, any chance I get to kill a Toa, I don't really mind doing it. He's like, well, listen, I'm not... And then he thinks about it. He's like, I don't want to tell him too much. I don't want to tell him that, like, the war we have in our timeline. I'm not going to do that. That's going to freak him out. I'm from another planet, like another world, where none of this happened. And I would like to go back to it. And I think you're going to help me because I think you hate the Toa too. As much as, like, I'm not a fan of them right now. And Makuta's like... I will help you, but first, you got to help us take over the world. And Takanuva's like, I'll help you get free. He's like, okay, we'll deal with that. So Makuta's like, listen.
Your time they're reign as an Iron King.
Right. So this was the only part of the what if that confused me. Because I think it's the only time where I'm a bit confused and maybe I just missed a detail that's not making sense to me. Makuta says, listen, on another island, there's a thing called the Mask of Time. I need you to go get that for me. And then we'll help you. That's the only thing I need you to do. And then and by the way, there's this guy named Jala who's getting it right now. I need you to, you're probably going to have to kill him because he's like about this shit. He's in this shit, okay? So you're going to have to kill him. And Takanuva's like, I'm not killing my best friend, but I'll think of something. And so he goes over there. Oh, the reason this confused me was because in the original timeline, Vakama made the Mask of Life. So I don't know how it exists unless if Akama was told to make it. Only Turaga Duma told him to make it. So I don't know why it exists now. I guess 35,000 years in the future.
They did it for the drip.
I guess so. I guess 35,000 years in the future is enough to make it. And they do say multiple people have attempted to usurp Tuviet. So it could be possible that was one of the plans that just didn't plan out. That is the only thing in this book you have to kind of take for granted because they don't explain it. So that's the only trick I have again. Other than that, Takanuva's like, okay, listen, I'm not gonna kill my best friend. That's just crazy, even if he is crazy in this timeline. So I have another plan. So he goes up to him. He's like, hey guys, I'm the new guy working for Toa Tuvia. What's up? They're like, oh, prove it. He's like, oh, okay. Have you ever fought a Coley monster before? They're like, the fuck is Coley? What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I bet you haven't because I killed that bitch. And I killed so many other shit you've never heard about because I'm that guy. That's how you know to trust me. And they're like, oh, okay. But why did Tuviet send you though? Because like we have the Mask of Time. He's like, oh well, someone's out to get the Mask of Time from you. So like I'm here to save you from that. And he goes, oh, who? His name is Brutaka. You ever heard of him? He's like, yeah, I heard of him because I killed him. Tucker's like, oh,
he's our greatest hero.
So that's why I texted. By the way, that's what I texted the server. I'd be sick to my stomach because that's what.
Yeah, okay.
Because he was so close to selling off the line, but then he fumbled that bag. But for some reason on this slide, there was a really hiccup in the book where they let that little bit slide, and he's like, I don't really think you are a Toa. There was another Toa I knew, water Toa back then, and she said she was gonna help us hunt down the Brotherhood of Makuta, and we found them. But then she tried to betray us. Like she was actually a double agent trying to save the Makuta, and we killed that bitch, but he got away. And I'm thinking you're like that too. I'm thinking you're just playing the long game on us. You're like, no, I don't, no. So
you wait. Her grand plan was, I'm gonna actually lead them to the right place, and it's just freaking God.
They were already going there. She was just trying to get there with them so she could get the guy and get him out. That was basically what it was, essentially. And so, but eventually, like they're like, you know what, this dude's full of shit. So they're about to shoot him, but he gets saved. And this was actually the person who saves him is a brilliant thing from Great Question. This told me he understood his universe very well. The person who saves him is Toa Lesevin, who I told his story before. He was the Toa, who was one of the original Toa. And his team died because he made one mistake. And his whole team died. He was the last survivor. He was held with guilt. That's in the main timeline. That happened too, because this is before the change. So that all happened. But he was one of the Toa that said, no, I am not teaming up with Toa Tuvia. And the reason I think this is brilliant is because he is one of the original Toa. So he knows what that creed stands for. Toa Tuvia's influence would only influence people who were after her or around that time. So it makes sense that someone who was older than her would be like, that's not what Motunui would want. I'm not doing that. So yeah, I like that twist. So Lesevic's like, you know what? I heard the conversation with you guys. I know you're not like, I know Takanuva, you're not like one of them. You're coming with me. Join the resistance. We do find out what happens to Toa Nuva as well, because Takanuva brings up a great point. The Toa Nuva, if everything is the same up until this point, then the Toa Nuva or Toa Mata or whatever they are, they shouldn't really be like here. They should be in like stasis chambers, because they were only supposed to be here if something happened to Motunui, and nothing happened to him in this time. And he's like, oh well, yeah. So Tuvia was exploring around in Metro Nui, and she found out about it, and she signaled the canister, like she did the signal that was supposed to launch him to Motunui, except they showed up here instead, and that was the change basically. But we find out that the Toa Nuva actually aren't all bad in this timeline. They were for a little bit. They woke up, they didn't have their amnesia like before, and Tuvia told them, hey, help me take over the world or whatever and whatnot. And they did it for a bit, but then something happened. Like one time they did like this one mission that resulted in like 100 Matoran dying, and and they were like, nah, this ain't it. Like something's not right here. So so secretly, for 35,000 years, they have, well, I mean, maybe less, because it took them a little bit to get born. For maybe, let's just say like 10,000. Let's say even 10,000. For 10,000 years, they have been kind of serving Tuvia, but underneath that, they've been secretly betraying her and freeing more people and stealing her relics of power, so maybe they one day can mount a resistance. And Takanuva's like, oh, that's great. There's also another problem too. I need Brutaka's mask to get home, and Brutaka's dead, and I don't know how to get. And if that mask is with Tuvia, I don't know if I can beat her. And they're like, oh no, we'll help you do it, but you got to help us save the world first. And he's like, oh, all right, it's okay, sure, okay, I'll do that. So they do this mission. I think the book kind of cheats here. I think Greg Farshey had a page limit because there's like a whole section of the book they just kind of speed run, like, and the TOE infiltrated the facility and it went well at first, and then they got into a war. Anyway, back to the story. Like, they got to skip through some of this shit. And so they get into this fight with Tuviet's army. And if you guys remember the TMNT episode where, you know, I think we referenced it earlier, where Donnie goes to the future and then shit goes bad. They kind of plays out the same way. Everything's going fine at first, but some of our main characters do die horrible deaths. Like Gali gets killed first. Tahu and Kapaka, they wind up falling eventually. Things are not looking great. And Takanuva, and then like Lisovic looks at Takanuva. He's like, "Listen, dog, like you got to get out of here." He's like, "Well, what about you?" He's like, We'll go out fighting. I guess we can do that. So we'll try. Takanuva goes to find Brutaka stuff, and like a scene out of Thor 3 when Hela's on the throne and all that. Tuvia's sitting on her throne. She's like, I've been waiting for you. It took me a minute. I figured out who you are. You're not from here. And I find it interesting too that you have the Mask of Light, because in this timeline we didn't need it. And when I'm done with you, we're not gonna need it again either. So we're gonna destroy you too. And so, hold on there, Tom. So Takanuva's like, all right, listen, I need that mask, and I can't let you hurt these people anymore. This has got to stop. And they get into like this whole epic fight, and this is probably one of the more brutal fights in Bionicle. Which I'm not saying it's like people getting their limbs ripped off or anything, but it is kind of brutal. Like it's the most physically active one. Takanuva's getting his ass whooped. This is one of those power versus strategy plans type of fights in Bionicle. And Takanuva, unfortunately for Takanuva, Tuviet's strategical too. So it's not looking great for him. He can't win in brains and bronze. She does say that, oh yeah, so it sounds like my version of Tuviet died in your timeline. I guess that means she wasn't as competent as I am. So they're fighting.
Is he lying?
I guess so. I guess not. So Tuviet beats the dog shit out of Takanuva. And then Takanuva is like, okay, I can't beat her. Like, I just can't win. So I'm going to try to outsmart a little bit. I'm going to try to be in the shadows, try to sneak up on her. And that works for a little bit, but she's smart enough to figure out a way around it. So she really is the most competent version of herself, I guess. But just before all hope is lost, the armies of Matoran and Makuta have teamed up to go fight Toa Tuviet. And she looks outside the window. She's like, oh, my whole universe stands against me. I guess I could kill them. And Takanuva goes, but you're not going to do that. You wouldn't do that. And she's like, well, why? Why do you think that? She's like, well, because you did all this to make peace in your time, right? Well, how can you rule a kingdom if no one exists in it? And she goes, okay, all right, I see what you're saying. And he's like, well, you know what? Better yet, why even be here? You have the Mask of Dimensions. You could go to another universe, maybe a universe where people like you more, and maybe want a queen.
Damn.
Or something like that.
That's more like a roast to that.
Awesome. Right. And so Tuviet's like, you know what? This still kind of making sense. And I can make an army there and just come back here and just, I'll have enough manpower to, like, individually subjugate people so I don't have to kill them all. That sounds like a good plan. So she opens the mask. She uses the mask to open dimensional space and all that. And then Takanuva runs in, grabs the mask, and jumps in the portal. She's like, no! So she grabs him by the leg. And Takanuva's like fighting against her, whatever. And then he looks back at her and he sees what's happening. He's like, oh no. And when he looks back, the portal closes and it cuts her in half. He's like, oh my God. And he could just see, and the way the book describes it, like her corpse is just, her upper body is just floating in space while he's like traveling. He's like, oh my God, this is insane.
Somebody up there hated that character for that to happen. Damn.
So, and this is what I said, Greg Farshey would make this rated R if he could. That's basically what I'm saying. But Takanuva saves that universe, or does he? That's how the book leaves you off. did he save the universe? I mean, after all, Makuta can easily get his mask and take over. He is stronger than most Toa.
Wait, isn't he still in jail?
No, I mean, he broke out. They broke out so they could do the rebellion shit. So he still might get out. He still might take over.
Oh no! What if I put his mask on?
I'm not sure. No one's ever put. Oh, I think Takaduva did it once, but he fused with him to do it. So I don't know what happens. But I do know that it's up in the air. It's very ambiguous. Maybe they made it out. Maybe what happened? Maybe the Dark Hunters took over. Maybe the Matoran got their due. Maybe they fixed things. Maybe Makuta took over. Who knows? And talking to him, maybe one day I'll come back and I'll figure out what happened. I am curious. But for now, I got to get back to the main timeline because I got to help the Toa Nuva. I got to save my universe. And
he never returns.
Right. So, and that was the story of Dark Mirror. This was a better what if than the other one mainly because it was longer. I do love the Kingdom.
You're a hater.
I do love the Kingdom, but this one has more Easter eggs. Like if you know the lore of Bionicle, it is cool. All the different things they switched around to make it work, and you can track all of them. Like the more lore you know, the more you can track easily like what happened to make these characters like this. I think Grey Farshi again. I think he would really want Bionicle to be darker than it is. Which I think is a blessing and a curse. I like that Lego forces him to be restrained, but I feel like if he could make this rated R, he actually would. Honestly,
Red Band, Bionicle Red Band audience,
right? So,
Bionicle Black Label.
But next, when we come back, we are going to end the Bionicle. We're going through the last book before he got the extension. We're going to actually see the original ending of Bionicle. When Lego said, hey, you can't continue this anymore. And we're going to finish it off with Bionicle, the battle for power, the conclusion, okay? This is the battle for the core arc, where we're going to see the Toa Nuva fully formed, taking on the Brotherhood of Makuta for one last battle for the fate of the universe. It's on the line, guys. And whoever wins, that's just kind of how the book's going to end. So there we go. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think of the Multiverse Adventures?
It was, it wasn't as bad as like the other versions of multiverse we've seen in other captions. Yeah,
that's like the bare minimum like compliment you can give something.
That's true.
Well, it wasn't as bad as those other books, I guess.
Well, no, I mean I'm talking about other multiverse genres in general when they try to tackle it, So
it was straightforward, but it fully explored those themes. What do you think, Austin? You as the multiverse guy, what do you think?
I really liked it. I like how he stuck to the premise from start to finish. He wasn't afraid to make it darker than what it was, but not anything like way too dark.
Right.
And he didn't just auto jump to everything's super terrible, or guess what? He didn't save the world that time. He hesitated for 2 minutes, and now everything is post-apocalyptic full on. Like most stories immediately jump to. Yeah. Everyone they immediately die as well, which usually happens.
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah. I think Grey Farshi Bionicle has been a great book for Grey Farshi because you can see his growth as a writer. This is kind of what I like to see in a writer. Like he is nowhere where he was when the series first started. And he's stumbled along the way in some instances, but more successes than not. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. It's been a while since we reached the 2.5 hour mark. Damn.
And not a moment too soon.
All takes fault as usual.
It's true.
Well, kind of our fault too.
Yeah. But the takeaway of tonight, audience, is down with Doom, down with Doom, down with Doom.
I want you to look at this thumbnail you made before we end it, and how you got this white girl peeking over at this light-skinned family.
To be Austin, that's actually Hamish is what you on the right.
Hey, he'll look like Hamish right now. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
Hey, he was attractive when he was younger. That's the point, Austin.
I mean more about him being a little bit of different shade right now than the guy in the movie. Unless I'm misremembering who Hamish looked like.
Hey, he was more active. He was more outgoing, but we'll talk about it another day. Well, anyway, audience,
he has a great hands in this universe.
Yep. We'll be seeing y'all next time. See ya.